Hey folks, Slicem here with SlycemGaming, and we are going live again. Basically tonight we're grinding for the hood still. We also have the T4 basic arena going on, along with the master mode for Sinister Foes, and of course there's the Alliance Quest, Map 5, Day 3, so... excuse me, before we even get started, it looks like I got 50 seconds, and we're going to be having a crystal come available, so we'll just kind of hang tight here. What's up, Chid? Chid said, so let's go. Amen to that. A Willow on the house. Same with Very. What's up, Raven Knight? Good seeing you, buddy. All right. And Chid said, hey, folks, Chid here with SlycemGaming. Yeah, Slycem here, Chid here. We're ready to rock and roll. Marcus says, there you are. Yo, Slycem, says Ellis. Chid says he's done with both arenas. Well, I'm glad for you, Chid. I hate you for that, just so you know. Very says, should I rank for Doc Voodoo? My answer would be absolutely. If you can afford to do it and you got the stuff, make it happen. Ellis, Sly, can I ask you a question? Sure. What's up, Ellis? What do you got, bud? What's up, Sigler? Alright, let's grab this crystal. Claim it. We'll keep saving these. There's Burn 1420, Captain Bravo. Alright, let's open this daily. I ranked up my Thor today. I was going through and taking care of my ISO, and I had so much, an insane amount of cosmic come and due. So I ended up picking that up. Oh, looky here, more science. I am getting loaded with science stuff. It's non-stop. Ellis says, my friend is quitting the game and said he would give me his account. Is this wrong? Look, in my opinion, no. Maybe I'm the unpopular opinion here, but I don't think that's wrong, dude. If somebody wants to give you their account, they're your buddy, and they say, hey, here you go, man, here's my account, I'm done playing. Who cares? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. If we can't have fun playing it, then what's the point of playing, you know? It's just kind of like... Yeah, but again, so Burn1420 in the chat says, Ellis, I wouldn't try it, they've been cracking down on account sharing. He's not sharing. I mean, worst case scenario is his buddy's account, who's no longer going to be playing, gets banned. Who cares? You know, if your buddy's really done with it, what's it matter? You know, you play it, and if they ban it, they ban it. If they don't, they don't. I mean, it's a game. It's meant to have fun. And if you get your rocks off by taking somebody else's account and playing from wherever they were at, have at it. If your buddy says, hey, man, I'm done. You want to play this? Why not? I mean, I don't know how many video games I've bought in the past that I got done playing it, I beat it, whatever it was, and I look at my buddy and he goes, hey man, can I borrow that? And I go, sure. You know how many times I've collected that video game back? Like, never. So I have a hard time viewing it as anything different. The only difference here is that you're on a multi-platinum, or a multimedia, or you're on a server with a bunch of people, Jesus, like an MMORPG, and other people get butthurt. But as far as seeing it being wrong, no, I don't see it as being wrong. So, hey, Chid, how you doing? Says Hayden. Welcome, welcome, Hayden. What's up, John Wesley Thomas? Good seeing you. Chid says, bro, that's like saying if someone gives you $1 million and tells you he's leaving the country, spin that crap before the feds catch up. Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I just have a hard time finding fault in it, so. Hey, what's up, Doc Strange? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Tony, we had a nice war today, nice victory for Team Awesome. Could have played a little better, but all in all, we played really well and got the win, so. That's what matters. Well, apparently this cannot be nullified. There we go. 420 says, heard that. That cash would get burned in the yard. What money? Exactly. Chit says, I play my account and a retired player's account. LS haven't stopped me yet. Yeah. What's up, Camaro? Good seeing you. By the way, what's up, Doc Strange? I think I said hey to you, but not sure. Oh, Doc Strange saying, keep it up, man. Hey, we plan on it. At like 933 subscribers last I checked today. We lost 2. They either got banned, they unsubscribed, or something like that. What's up, Fung? Fung saying, hey, SlycemGaming. Hey, what's up? What's up, Star-Lord? Good seeing everybody in here. And again, just kind of killing time. Right now I'm getting ready to take out, hopefully, another line here of Sinister Foes on the Master difficulty. Uh-oh, that's not good. Good news is I got regen up, so... Well, this is about the worst I've ever done dodging his stuff. And there's that Scarlet Witch regen. That is just absolutely ridiculous, thank goodness. Keeping him power locked, which is key. Not really key, but it's handy. Let me put it that way. L2 is not too bad. What's up, Peter? And again, guys, sorry. I am kind of watching the game and watching the chat. Just kind of hard to do right this second. Ooh, mistimed that. Hey, Willow, I do not. Hey, Willow saying, do you keep count of consecutive stream days, SlycemGaming? I do not. So, Burn one saying, hey to Doc Strange. Ella saying, by the way, if he logs in at some point, will I get banned? Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we don't know how hard they're really coming down on account sharing. So... if anything, it could be a 3-day ban, it could be a 4-day ban, a week, a month, 3 months. There's no set amount on it, I guess you could say so. Chit says, I got the chat. Don't worry, Slice. Okay, worry. I need to move in the AQ. LOL. Leave it to Chit. Tell me he's got something. And leaving me out to dry. Alright. Gwenpool taking care of Green Goblin with that nasty bleed. What's up, Blaze? What's up, Camaro? Did I really? Blaze saying SlycemGaming made it on Rich the Man News today. Ooh. I was in Rich the Man News. What's up, King? King Kush in the house. Relaxing, enjoying. Show me part of his 5.2 run today. Some smooth kills so far today for him. Chit says he called us SlyGM. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Chid. I'm assuming it was all good. I hope. So we'll see. Ellis saying he was in Rich the Man's News at one point in time too. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it depends. On the Bandwave episode. Dun dun dun. Bands. Or what's for dinner? Burn one says, I watched Green Goblin block your 5th hit. Total BS. Oh yeah. Camaro says, I can't wait for Blade to end their contest. I don't disagree with you there. King saying, yep, basically just parried my rear end off. Yeah, you did. Perfectly timed, though. I mean, it was just one after another. I was a little nervous. I was afraid he was going to throw that special on you. The way it was setting up, I was like, oh. But hey, you got away from it. Didn't hit him to the L3 and got him, so. Yeah, that was a good kill. Alright, we got 2 paths left here. We're going to burn some of this energy down. And then, boom. Oh, yeah, King, you did donate this morning. I forgot. Hold on here. And technically, that's today. So, as of right now, you are king of the donation list. Top supporter. Let's put it up here. Okay, give me that 1 in. There's that 6. There you go, King. Where you belong up there. Looking good. Let me get you over on the other. Alright, there you go. King says, get my name up there. Bam. There you go, King. Hey, what's up, Cam? Good seeing you. Welcome, welcome. Camaro praying to get Blade. He says, please give me Blade. What's up, biggest noob? Good seeing you, bud. Welcome yet again. Glad to have you. And we're pretty good, getting pretty quickly, or getting good at getting up to about 30 viewers pretty quick. So that's good news. I like to see that. So, and I'm doing a good job of getting my head beat in by White Magneto. Alright, Magneto down. Fung saying, I just got my first 5-star crystal. Should I wait to open it? No. Go for it now. Do it. Come on. Open it and tell us who you get. Hey, what's up, Dominic? Good seeing you, buddy. Biggest noob saying, I don't even remember the chat. No way. Nerf Star-Lord. What's wrong with you, Anthony? You're just salty because he is the king. Uh-oh, King saying, I didn't get a notification for Eevee. I'm trying to set Slicem up with him. At SlycemGaming. Uh-oh, sorry, I missed it, Peter. I completely missed if you answered my question. LOL, sorry. Is Mordo R3 worth a 5-star? I think you mean is a 5-star worth rank 3. If that's your question, the answer is absolutely. He's a great attacker, great on defense, all the way around. Can't go wrong with him, man. Chit says, if you get something bad, feel free to blame Slicem. There you go. Yeah, Fung, you are totally free. Hey, Slade, what's up? By the way, Slade, I don't know if you got my message or not, but your logo is done. Camaro says, the biggest, the live stream was today at 1 a.m. Creeper was saying some weird stuff. That's kind of freaky. Biggest noob says, I'm sure at that point I just left, LOL. Well, it sounds like a pretty good reason to. Shit, I think so. Anthony got his 5-star rocket. Rocket the raccoon. Didn't proc a single hill. Unreal. Fung says, LOL, thanks for your permission to blame SlycemGaming. I'm going to make a video of it. That's what I'd do too. That's exactly what I would do. Matter of fact, guys, if anybody wants to ever make any videos and you don't have a YouTube or it's not highly sought after or anything like that, do me a favor. You're welcome to send me anything. I'll definitely post it for you, put your name to it. It won't hurt our feelings. I don't mind helping anybody out if you want to just get your videos out there so people can see you. Feel free to submit them over, and like I said, we'll be happy to put them out there for you, tag you on them, and make sure people know that you're here checking out SlycemGaming and supporting us with some cool content. Biggest Noob says, Slycem, what have we got here today? Right now, you've got me going through the master difficulty on the Sinister Foe quest. Burning through stuff with Star-Lord, the one-trick pony that has the ultimate trick of killing things. Since that's what the game is about, he does it better than anyone else. It's pretty sexy the way he does it. It's just that, you know, it's that one trick that you know is going to be there. Never have to worry about it. It's guaranteed. Bada bing, bada boom. Slade, is anybody going to the call today? There's going to be a couple. He says, Evie is a great guy, very knowledgeable of the game. Hey, cool. Yeah, we'll have some guys jumping on the call, so. Absolutely. Hey, Willow says, how do you capture from Apple? I got a couple ways to do it, man. Couple ways. Hey, Willow, let me know if you want. I can teach you. It's pretty easy. Slade cracking up in my pretty sexy the way he does it. I agree. Yeah, Fung, I mean, if you want, again, nobody has to. I'm just saying, if you don't have a channel or you're not really followed or you don't want to mess with it, let us know. And again, if you package it up, send it over, I'll make sure it's all cleaned up and we'll throw it out there for you. Make sure people knows it comes from you, and make sure you get your props. Ella says, I feel sick. The guy who gave me the account is quitting, but says if he gets banned that he will kill himself. What do I do? Well, if your buddy is going to kill himself over a video game, there's more problems than that. But beside that, I sure wouldn't be playing on the account. It's not worth it. What's up? New subscriber alert. Fung saying, hey, I like this guy now. I'm going to hit that subscribe button. Hey, I appreciate it, Fung. Thanks so much, buddy. Fung likes what he sees. I forget that it's the L2 that's dangerous. Whoops. Makes me restart my hit counter, my combo counter. Uh-oh. Getting hit is never a good thing if you're Star-Lord. That whole one trick counts on you not getting hit. Hey, Will says I'll ask online. Yeah, Will, let me know and I'll get it to you, man. Fung with the smiley face saying, yep, he likes it. Okay, Sinister Foes at Green Goblin Quest. Good luck. Yeah, luckily for me, Green Goblin's not too much of a problem because of my Spider-Man. He really takes care of that, so. L saying, no, this isn't a joke. Chid saying, nah, you're not going to get banned. I agree. Chid saying, I'm doing the same thing. Else, I'm really nervous. If you're really nervous, then don't do it, man. It's that simple. Pretty easy. Clear cut. Hayden getting a crack up out of the... there's more problems than that, LMO. Italian Joe, new arena crystal drop tomorrow, right? That is correct, Italian Joe. Tomorrow, we're getting it ready to go, so... King saying, I don't feel like it's wrong to log for Alliance members. We've talked about that. We agree. Or at least I do. I mean, it is what it is. Biggest Noob says, Slycem, who do you use to beat Green Goblin? Well, I answered it earlier, but because everything's kind of delayed, I'll answer again and kind of go over it in detail. I actually use my Spark Enhanced Spider-Man. He's great for it. He takes care of it. And if he doesn't do it, then I just turn around and I use X23. Her bleeds will kill him. I mean, the key is just don't get hit. His attacks are fairly easy to dodge. There's not a whole lot there, so I don't get too worried about it. Camaro is an Iron Man dupe worth rank 4 in Alliance War Defender. Probably not, Camaro. I mean, it depends where you're at in the game. You know, your lineup and my lineup are two totally different things. Only you can judge that. There's an entire ranking section. On Alliance War Defenders. So, I mean, the best thing I can tell you is go look at our rankings. Let me just pull that link up for you here. I'll make it even easier. I'm going to make it easy. Easy peasy. I said I am. Let's see if I can get down to it. Alright, looks like there was 2 of them. And there's part 1. And there's part 2, bud. And it looks like part 2 is going to have Iron Man. So, I even saved you that headache. How much nicer can I get? Woo! I don't know. Biggest Noob says out of 400 and some odd million bajillion battle chips, how many should I drop on the new basic? Dude, I would do it. I would do it all day long. I'd drop all of them if I had to. I mean, well, not all, but I'd drop a large chunk of it. Supersonic making fun of me here, saying, yo, 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 everybody, wait a minute. Did you just say Spark Enhanced Spider-Man? Yeah, I call him Sparky, so, you know, I make up names as I go along anyway. John Wright saying, hey, what's up, Slice 'em? Hey, what's up, buddy? There you go. Hayden says it's because he calls him Sparky. Exactly. Thank you, Hayden. Hey, what's up, Curtis Gibson? Good seeing you again, buddy. What's up, DOA? Good seeing all you guys in here in the chat. Yeah. Ellis, your friend's crazy. I wouldn't even mess with it. Why even deal with that headache? Forget it. It ain't worth it. Uh-oh. I'm getting whipped. Busy typing to A Willow in line. If I die, I'm blaming Willow. I better not die to Iron Fist. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's... oh boy. Unbelievable. Can't get him to bleed. There it is. Game over. Whew. That was bad news. Hey, what's up, Glock Princess? Italian Joe saying, hit that subscribe button, everyone. I agree. DOA saying, I told you I'm going to be in here for a long, long time. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, DOA. Well, there's Glock Princess. Good seeing you. Supersonic saying, I can't for the life of me get a good rank 5 worthy character. I guess I'm in a bulldog situation. It happens. Just stay on top of it. John Wright saying, I'm going to be playing some games on the Xbox while I watch your stream. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll take it. I'm in the background. Supersonic saying hi to Glock. Brian1 saying hi to Glock. Super Gaming saying he's jelly over that Iceman and Angel. As you should be. They are both awesome. Can't lie. They are cool. All right. All right. What's up, Cam? I thought I said hi to Cam. Did I miss you, Cam? If I missed you, please don't slap me. I'm begging for forgiveness. Supersonic, you got to use that Frojo method to get out of the Bulldog situation. Yeah, hey, Will, you were about to get blamed for that loss. It was super close. Bulldog with the mutant envy in here. Iceman sucks. Archangel sucks. If I ain't got them, they suck. Angry Bulldogs. What can you do? What's up, Bantha? Good seeing you, buddy. Hayden Collins saying Hulkbuster is good. There you go. See? We should all be jealous of Bulldog's famous Hulkbuster pool. Burn One says, hey, Bulldog, I'm feeling the salt from here. Whew. Well, if you think you're slacking, I know I'm slacking. I am way off pace, Cam. But the good news is I have tomorrow to really make it up. Hey, what's up? Sorry, guys, I'm reading chat. I'm reading a line. Nick, I'm not real sure yet. Sometimes I do all this by the seat of my pants. Corgi saying, or Slycem's legendary Red Hulk pool. Hey, thanks there, Corgi. By the way, welcome, Dennis. I think I got that mentioned out there. Curtis saying Bulldog knows how to make an entrance. Yep. Rai saying today Zeke started the appeal process. He's still getting banned. I think I would take X23 there, Supersonic. His question was who to take to rank 5, X23 or Rogue. I think I would take X23. She's just more consistent. The damage is consistent. The healing is consistent for the most part. You're not hoping for a crit or anything like that for it to be massive. So. All right. Again, sorry. Alright, Nick saying, who will be on the stream, and how can I get 250 5-star shards? The calendar, duping a 4-star, are all easy ways to do it. Let's see. Uh-oh. Jump down. Slade says, Hulkbuster is better than garbage. Mantha wants some Bulldog picks. Nerdly's in the house. Nerdy. Hayden saying hey to Nerd. Biggest Noob says white and nerdy. Italian Joe picking him up. Nerd says other than speaking to Comcast for 3 hours with no solution. That sucks, man. Yeah, the chat is ready to rock and roll, I can tell you that. Hey, lurk away, Bantha. We're going to be here. Hopefully beating people up, taking names, and getting some sweet rewards. What's up, Refugee? Welcome, welcome. Ooh. Hyperion said, I'm going to slap that. Yeah, power lock, you know. There you go. Hyperion down. Biggest Noob says, fun fact, Weird Al Yankovic, White Nerdy parody was inspired by Nerdliest Crew. uh, nice, nice. Uh-oh, we got a new subscriber in the house. Slade Wilson Sock. Alright, Slade, I think your Sock is a fan of the channel, so I like that, I think. Kind of scares me a little bit, but I like it, so we'll take it. Alright. Get all the programs up and running, everything's good, so now we're rolling. Alright, I guess I really need to start working on my T4 as well. Hey, what's up, Star Wars guy? Good seeing you. See, now it's a matter of how many points do I think I can realistically put up tomorrow in the arena. Excuse me. I don't know what it is, but this room makes me yawn. I don't think I've yawned all day. I get it down here and it's like, yeah, brah. Oh, did we mention Star-Lord, the one-trick pony? Just the best trick of them all. There it was again. Massive. Put them on their butt. Damage. And Nerdlies, I can tell you that right now. The answer is T4. All day long. Start stacking those T4s up. Alright, Chid. Give me one more second, I'll bring you in, bud. Alright. He's within killing range. Oh, that was horrible. And he's toast. 18 shocks will always do the trick. Supersonic. I think I'm leaning towards Rogue still because she does so much in Act 5. Plus, my duped ability is high. She has power control and could be a good Alliance War offense since she has no buffs. That's true. Italian Joe says, what's the consensus on Hood this round? I don't think he goes that high, Bulldog. He went 4.1 last go round. We got T4 basic going on. I mean, he could drop all the way to 3. There's just no way. Excuse me, jeez. There is no way that the Hood jumps with a T4 basic going on. Biggest Noob saying people may overshoot on Hood. I don't see Hood going that high, man. To me, Hood goes for very little. But that's just my opinion. I just don't see it happening. 3-2, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm not too concerned here about where my score's at. I mean, I've put up 1 million today and did very, very little amount of time. So. Sure, Chid. For every one of you, there's like 200 of me. The guys that get to 1.5 and they're going, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore. And then you got the guys that go way over the top and put up so many points that it's not even needed. I think I still have the better overall record, Bulldog. You just got me on freaking Hyperion. I don't think so. S says, better safe than salty. I'm okay being salty. I don't see a reason to grind for him past 3.5 range, to be honest with you, especially on that second round. It just... Look, he's an okay champion. He's handy. He's useful. He's great utility. If you don't have a lot of champions, he's somebody you want to grab. But I don't see him being something that a lot of people are just going for. The biggest thing for him right now is that defensive synergy, though, and that's really about it. He's an excellent defender, but he's not a hard hitter. He's got some control, but he's not the best control. So it's kind of those things where there's a lot of things he does, but nothing that's out of this world. New subscriber alert, John XH4. Hey, John, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the party. Hope you enjoy it here. Let's get Chit on the line. Bulldog, if you're available to jump on, let me know. Bulldog says, starting right now. Next 5 arena basics. Winner gets to be final authority. All right, sounds good to me. Slade saying, Slade Wilson sock, shut up and go back on my feet. Nice.
In a world where the arenas come out, one grinder will finish the T4 before going back to the main arena and continue getting BC. Because as we all know, tomorrow is the uncollected arena crystal.
Correct. Tomorrow, uncollected. Let's see here. John's saying that's time wasting, to be honest. John, if you're talking about overshooting on the arena, totally agree. If you're saying undershooting, well, I'd rather undershoot and get the crystal shards than to pay too much for a champ that I'm not overly fond of. So,
how dare you call overshooting waste of time? You have not missed a champ by 20,000. Okay, you do not know the pain.
Doesn't matter. Even if I did, I would be fine with it, and I have. I missed Howard the Duck. I missed, who was else somebody that I went for that I didn't get, that I was okay missing? There's been a couple.
That was Loki and Black Widow. Like, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, Loki, what, you shedding tears over Loki? No way. Black Widow, okay, I can kind of see that.
Nah, because I got her from a PhD like 2 weeks after.
So there, what are you crying over? Nothing.
Nah, just the disappointment. Actually, I missed what's it called, Necor too, but he ended up being better on Awakened, so I was happy.
Biggest Noob says Hood, power stills and stuns. That's
when he's awakened.
Yeah, and on top of it, I mean, that's still not enough for me to go crazy over. If I want a power still, I'm going to take my Magic, who's Queen of Power Still, or one of my Visions. And if I want a stun, I'll just take Hyperion because his L2 is probably the most deadly stun that I know of.
And you have Scarlet Witch. And what's up, 6Z?
Yeah, I do have Scarlet Witch too. So, I mean, you know, granted, my roster's deeper, but, and I did, nerd, that is awesome. Yes, I must agree.
Wait, why? Oh, that's all.
Yeah, so. Bantha says, my friend was so sad about missing Kamala Khan. Hey, good for them, I guess.
He has issues then. And what it do, Bulldog or not?
Yeah.
What's up, Bulldog or not? Is that going to be our new game?
That's the new
Bulldog or not. I'll play you some sounds. You play like the sound of like a freight train or something. Is that Bulldog or is that a freight train?
Exactly.
You decide.
And no, I agree. Look, Biggest Noob, I will agree. Hood has some unique stuff to him. He is interesting. He's fun. But again, he's surpassed by so many different champs on different things that I just don't see him going for an insane amount. Now, a newer account, I can see spending to go for him, but I don't know about that.
My dear, dear Slicem, once again, you are allowing your personal biases to interfere with the art of predicting arena. What you think of the champion amounts to a hill of dog crap. What matters is, what does the community think, and what are people willing to do to get them?
I agree. And the community thought he was worth $4.1 million round 1
Yes.
before
And
a
now
T4.
the community is going to go, oh my God, I can't believe he went that low. I better go after him. Oh, what do you know? Now he's 4.6.
Not with T4 basic going.
Actually,
Yes, with the T4 basic going.
people skip the T4.
Yeah,
If
I'll,
there's
actually, I'll fix that a little bit. I'll say 4.5. I'll meet you a little closer, but it's going to be more than last time.
If so, that's ugh.
Well, if so, that's number 1, and then as long as I get 2 more out of the next 4, then I am the ultimate arena champion.
Okay.
All right, just so we're on the same page.
Oh, here, wait a minute. Let's make a couple rules. So if you overshoot, is it an automatic throwout or is it the closest one?
Closest one either side.
Okay. Closest one, other side. I agree with that.
Right. So if it's 4.2, you've got it because you're saying. Are you saying? Wait, what are you saying? What's
No,
your official
I
guess?
said it's going to be about 3.5. 3.5, 3.8.
3.5. All right. So if it's 4, we split in the middle. Nobody wins.
Sure.
If it's 4.1 or higher, I win.
I'm
and
with
if it's
you.
lower than 4, you win.
Yep.
It's good when we have such a huge gap between us because that makes it a lot easier.
I agree.
I'm just
Yes,
saying for the
Peter
record.
Matt, I know I'm right.
For the
We shall
record,
see.
I am taking half of the winnings because I'm the official officer of this bet. So you're gonna like give me half of the pie real quick. What's the prize?
There is no prize. It's just
The
being.
prize is who gets to be the final authority when it comes to arenas.
Yeah. So and
So,
again.
wait. Here's the prize. Once we finish it, at the end, whoever's won 3 out of 5 out of the next 5, starting with this one, whenever an arena prediction comes up, the other person has to say, "Well, I'll defer to X on this one because he's the expert."
Fair enough.
At least once, at least one time per stream, you have to say, "I will defer to Bulldog on this one. He's the expert."
Dude, I have no problem with that at all because
All right.
if you're there, hey, I want somebody that's going to be accurate. That's all that I matter. To me, though, my opinion is there's no way he's worth a 4.5 million grind. It just doesn't make
Right.
sense to me.
Right, of course. Yeah, but again, you're once again not looking at it objectively. You're looking at it subjectively.
Nope.
I'm trying to help the community. So,
I agree. And if you're wanting to help the community, you should tell them that he's worth really about. He's really
Slate
worth
Wilson.
about 3.
To me, my experts.
What's
Yeah.
up, brother Marco? Terry. And
Well, because in the future we could always do a what's it worth according to SlycemGaming and a what's it actually going to go for according to Bulldog. We could always do that.
Sure. And like I've said, I've always said, my estimations are based on. I tell you what I think it's worth. To me, I think he's worth very little. I'm 3. He's a good champ. He's a utility champ. A lot of people can get use out of him. He's going to be a good defender, but I just don't like him enough to see grinding over 3 to 3.5.
I don't think he's worth 4.5 million at all. I think he's worth about 3.5, 3.6. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. You know, because again, the way I look at it is my personal preference means jack squat here. Well, what is he going to do? Because that's what the people are after. Like, if I want him, what should I be targeting? And I want to give him good information. So
sure, no, I agree with you there. And Munimet has a
did you
good
bet Anthony on the Hyperion one as well?
Yeah, and apparently I did. I thought I had sent him, but I guess I did not. So I've got to shoot
took
Anthony.
Care of me. You and me are good, and me and Anthony are good.
I thought I got him, so apparently I did not. Okay, Anthony, I got to get those over to you, bud. Sorry about that.
Actually, Terry, I actually support this deal. For $20, 1 T4 basic, 10 fragment crystals, 5 T3s, 5 alphas, and 100.
I bought it.
See?
Those, when you get up to where we are, man, those alphas are like gold. It's funny because just 9 months ago, I was wiping my butt with alphas. I had so many of them. You know what I mean? Like, I was having to sell them off every couple of days, and now I've got all these 5 stars I would love to take to rank 2, and then eventually to rank 3 maybe. And I can't because I just can't afford the alphas. So I bought it just for that alone. The T4 was just bonus.
There you have it.
Supersonic saying Hood is trash for Alliance War defense, but he's pretty alright offensively.
Where do you play him on defense? I want to know.
Yeah, like what node you would.
You would put him on an L2, unstoppable L2, I guess.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
I'm saying, where does he put him on defense?
Oh.
He's not getting kills.
Yeah, because you definitely wouldn't want to waste him on an L1 unstoppable. No. That's pointless. It's so easy to evade. But that L2 can be devastating, especially if he's got some serious buffs on him. You know, he's invisible. You can barely touch him. He's shooting that gun at you and, you know, hitting you right in the face. So, yeah, I mean, like, I could see him as a moderately decent arena defender.
Yeah, no. Well, right now, the big thing why you would use him is
because nobody faces him.
Because what?
Because nobody faces him, right?
Well, no. I think the reason you use him right now more than anything is because of the synergy with Mordo, Dormammu, and Hood. You got 2 shots at having a revive for all evil villain champions that are non-robots. So you have those 3, and then you stack the rest of your defense up with 2 other villains, whether it's Rhino. You know, I'm trying to think of even the good Alliance War defenders. I mean, you could say Electro. You put him in there just for the extra damage, I guess. You know.
So as Jacob was asking, who was your first arena champ and what did you put up forward?
Okay, so my very first arena champ. Well, okay, so I used to do the arena a long time ago and did the 3 stars because I didn't have enough 3s to get the 4, and this was early on in the game. I didn't know what I was doing. Blah blah blah. I didn't know what the infinity streak was, this, that, and the other. So, fast forward to now. The most recent champion I went for in the arena would be, the first one was Magic. So I did Magic. I think I put up 4 million the first go-round. The second round, I think I did another 4 or 5. I don't know. I know I got her both times fairly easily. Then I did Mordo once and Doc Voodoo once. I did Mordo. I put up 6 million for Mordo in the second round. So I kind of went for him the first round. I put up, I think low 5s or something. He hit that high marker, and so I said, okay. So I went a little bit higher. It didn't really hurt my feelings. Hey, Night Bantha, it's 4 a.m. for you. Take care, bud. So
Night Bantha.
I did Mordo, and then I did Voodoo, and I put up like 6 mil for each of them. 5, 6 mil. Mordo because he was considered the god tier defender, and Voodoo because he was considered a god tier attacker. So both of those got an instant run to the top for me, and that's what I did for him.
Real quick, I gotta say this. I'm looking at the chat, and Anthony talking about the bet you had with him with Hyperion. And he's like, "It's all good. Been a while. I did give you a grace period and told you when to have it, but no biggie." And it was reminding me of that episode of Family Guy where Brian bet Stewie on the fight between Mike Tyson and Carol Channing. He's like, "Oh, that's kind of funny. I could have sworn I said have it in 24 hours." And he just starts beating the crap out of him. "I want my money. Where's my money?" He goes after him with the golf club. I thought that was funny.
Well, you got to remember.
Any minute.
We in the car business, we have a lot of people who are like, "Oh yeah, here, take this check. We're gonna bring in cash in X amount of days." So that video clip gets played a lot in my business, and I can almost recite it word for word, and you can like it's burned into my mind. Stewie showing up. You got 24 hours, man. You got 24 hours. What's gonna happen?
It was the first GIF I ever made was from that episode. Yeah. That exact scene.
And then he
that's it.
Brian gets out of the shower. He's in the towel. He walks in, drinking that OJ. This is good OJ. What are you doing? You got my money? No. Okay. This is good OJ. Bam! Smashes it right over his face. Where's my money, man? I told you to have my money.
Psycho.
Yeah. Then he shoots him in the knees.
You're a friggin' psycho. Yeah, then he pulls out the golf club, starts beating him with it.
Well, that's whenever he puts the mustache on and tries to walk past him. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
He shoots him and he's like, where did you come from?
Yeah. It was great.
Right, it'll probably be about 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's usually when that stuff rolls out, whenever they do, like, updates and new missions and things like that. It's usually 10 a.m. my time, 1 p.m. East Coast. And if you're not needed at those places, use math.
And good morning.
What's that, Chid?
I said good morning, Ryan M.
Oh, hey, what's up, Ryan M? First champ I ever got out of the arena was Nightcrawler, 3-star. My wife went out of town, and I had never done the arena more than just like a few milestones. And I was like, I love Nightcrawler. Kurt Wagner's one of my faves, so I was like, I am getting this thing. And I think I was mentioning it the other day on Rich's stream. I grinded. I did not sleep. I stayed up all night, both nights, and by the third day, it was by Sunday morning when it finally ended, my eyes were like bloodshot and they were sticking open. I literally could not shut my eyes. I had to go to the store all blurry-eyed and get some Visine because I was just, and my thumbs were so sore because, I mean, I did not have much of a roster at the time. And then the first time I got a 4-star out of the arena was Winter Soldier, and it was because like he went for like 2.2 million or something, and I was like, I can do that. You know, I didn't need him. I think I had him, but I hadn't duped him yet. So I was like, I could do that. So I put up like 2.3 million and got him and duped him, and there he still sits at 330 with 1 rank on him. Never pulled him again. You know, I'd never used him, but I was like, hey, I did that. And then actually the only ones I got Mordo. I was grinding for him and then pulled him from a PHC the day before I got him. I put up 5.7, and I think I got one other. I think I've only gotten 3 basics out of the arena. Everything I've got, I've pulled. So 3-star arena, I was getting them every week, starting with like, I don't know, Gambit, I think. At that point, I got better and better.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, for me, the champ has to just be something phenomenal that has avoided me for a long time in order for me to just really go crazy for it. So
yeah, for me now it'd be like I'd do a Crossbones arena because I've been trying to get him for a while. I still don't have him, or a Scarlet Witch. That's it. Those are the only 2 champs that I don't have that I would, because there's a few champs now that I don't have that I don't care about, obviously, because I sold them. You know, Joe Fixit, Old Man Logan. I've sold Ant-Man twice. I've sold Moon Knight twice. So obviously I wouldn't waste my time going after them. But I would love to have Crossbones.
Oh, really quick. I just want to say hey to Ryan M, saying he's just dropping in. He has to round trip to the airport to pick up a friend. Hey, bud, thanks for stopping in, man. We greatly appreciate it. We love when somebody just stops in even if it's just to show that support for a small amount of time.
That's right.
We greatly, greatly appreciate it.
What's up, Ellis? See you up there. Glad to be back.
There's Heatstroke in for saying, woo woo. What's up?
So, anybody watch Rich the Man's MCOC news today?
No, but I heard we were on there.
We are SlycemGaming now.
Yeah, SlycemGaming is what he called us. But no, I was thinking more about at, say, the 9-minute, 57-second mark. You mentioned a little guy by the name of Bulldog or not that helped him out. Showed my Twitter page. I was pretty big time in it. Yeah, I felt pretty good. Yeah, it was really cool. I saw it. I watched it. I was in my office, and then I like ran in the house. I'm like, Dad, you got to see this. You got to see this, because he showed a screenshot of my Twitter page, and had a picture of Brownie that I'd put up the other day, and so it was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. So. Gonna get him in here sometime soon. We talked about it while we were on the stream about having him on. Yeah, I was mentioning it last night. It's kind of hard with the time thing, but we'll get him in here soon.
Well, the good news, one of the afternoon streams.
Well, I was gonna say, I've got some early streams coming that we could set him up with. So.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just figure out a time when you're gonna be able to do an early stream, and I'll hit him up and see if we can't get him in here. That'd be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
A Willow says his first basic was Deadpool X-Force and pulled him from a 4-star crystal within an hour of collecting the arena reward. That's the way to do it, though, because if you have him and then you pull him from a crystal, you get those 20 levels plus 20 levels plus the ISO and all that. I had the bad luck the other way. I pulled him from a crystal hours before I got him out of the arena. So instead I got 1 level, no ISO, no gold. Now I don't really need it since I'm selling like 100 ISO a day, but still.
Carlos.
Oh, thank you, Carlos.
Carlos Mendez saying he loves the pictures. They're awesome. And Carlos Garcia says, "Hey, yo, Bulldog, you like to puck?"
You like to puck?
Yeah. If you since you weren't here last night.
Oh, hockey! I caught the tail end of that. No, amazingly enough, for a guy as white as I am, I do not like hockey. I used to follow AAA hockey. I lived in Wichita, and they have like a farm team there, and it was really just an excuse to get drunk and beat people up. But I did enjoy it then. But I tried because I lived in a big city that had a hockey team, and I could never get into it. And I can't watch it on TV. It's just not interesting enough for me. I don't know. Malachi says, I got Mordo from a PHC and 4-star. Also, Dormammu Synergy Revive. It actually happened, and he got revived. I was so amazed. Dude, I would love to see that because that's like, I mean, that's an amazing synergy. Like, if it were, it's like you got to have all the stars aligned to make it happen, but I'd love that. I got my Dormammu. I duped him the other day. I took him to 440. I think next Mystic event, I'll go ahead and take Mordo to 440 as well, but I just have so many good options on defense. Like, who am I going to bounce? My 550 Magic? No. My 550 Sig 99 Nightcrawler? No, I'm not bouncing him. My 550 Sig 99 Hyperion? Probably not. So it's just like I'm in the position where, like, I would love to use Dormammu and Mordo for the synergy, but I just there's only 5 slots. I'm not cutting my 550 Spider-Man Classic. The whole reason I took him was for defense. So it's just one of those things. I'll just have to imagine how cool it is.
Who's that? Oh, the Revive. It is cool.
The Revive thing, yeah.
Hey, you know what, guys? I tell you what. Let's do this. In honor of the support that Steiny has showed us here lately. I see that he's late. I think he's probably going to be getting off here before long. Let's all do a quick Steiny raid. We normally don't raid people, but we're going to have a little fun. Everybody jump over there. View Steiny. If you've not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. I'm going to watch that like button. I better see plenty of likes go up on the board. Everybody jump over there, say hi to Steiny, tell him slice him raid, and hit the like button. Let's shoot his likes up through the roof on this video. He just got back from vacation, so it's his first stream back, I think. So.
Yes, it is. And I can't help you. I can't do it with you guys because I'm already there and I've already liked the stream. So.
All right, well, I'm over there. I just happened to pop in there, so.
I've been there, for like an hour.
Jump in, say hey to him. Make sure he knows you're there. Hit the like button. Come back, stay in here. Either way, open 2 browsers. It don't matter to me. But let's let Steiny know that we're out there. We're taking care of him. There's Nick already over there. Nick Elio saying, "Hey, slice him raid." There we go. So we'll. I see 34 likes. There's still not enough. There's 50 of us in here. Surely to get us, we can get a good chunk of us. Oh, there's Chid throwing down some big thumbs. Ultimate Wall Crawler, 38 likes. Come on, people. Get his likes up. 38's not enough. What are you waiting on? Get over there. Steiny, look at him. Support the Steinmaster.
I see 40.
Let's go. How fast can we run it up? There it is. Good evening to married Nerf Brian Grant to you, Steiny. Oh, baby. There, even Wall Crawler getting a sub in there. Give him the sub love.
Yeah, if you haven't subbed to Steiny, sub to him. He's a good dude.
He's a great guy. Italian Joe getting it in there. Uh-oh, there's Hayden. Yeah. Come on, throw those likes up there. We're at 44.
A Willow with the hashtag SlycemGaming raid. Same thing with Aaron. Good job, Dennis. Nicely done, everybody. Oh, my bad. I hit the dislike button.
There we go.
Up to 48. I like it. 49. One more, and we got him to 50.
There you go. Benny with a sub over there. I like it.
This is fun.
Come on, he's at 49.
Here's Zaret with the new subscription. Thank you, Zaret.
Cam with SlycemGaming.
What's up, Ultimate Wall Crawler? I see you over here on my channel, too. Don't worry.
Right, with the subscription.
Nick, if it's not showing up, it's because your stuff's set to private. In other words, it doesn't show who you subscribe to. So
Hayden Collins with the subscription over here, too. Wolfman should be over here, another one of our alliance mates. He's a good friend of Steiny's.
He's already in there.
Hopefully... Is he there? Yeah, I saw him there earlier, so... Also, Wolf of Ball Street was there for while I was there.
Yep, Wallcrawler was
right on.
So
51, we got it up over 50. That's awesome. Job, everybody.
Good deal, good deal. That's what I'm talking about. Help the guy out. Everybody loves a good liked video.
Hey, I gotta take Knuckles in. He's breathing really heavily. It's kind of warm out here still. I'll be right back.
We'll be here, buddy. All right, we're back on the grind over here on this side of things. Again, guys, thanks for stepping over there, letting Steiny feel the love
of SlycemGaming.
Of SlycemGaming. There you go. All right, let's continue this lovely grind.
Nick, you have to make sure your subscriptions are not private.
Supersonic saying Slicem is a real one. He just made Steiny's day. Hey, I didn't do it. You guys did it. I just suggested it. I thank you guys for following through with it, helping the guy out. It's always fun when you get a bunch of likes. Trust me. As a YouTube guy, I sit here every time I get a like. I'm like, oh, somebody likes it. It's like, ooh, they like it. Ooh.
Hey, we can only show you guys the door. You have to walk through it.
All right. We've almost got some energy pulled back up, so after this, we're going to get back on it. Great Farmer 23. Thanks, Jacob. She's at level 52 now. Oh, Nick's got it fixed, so now his subs will pop up. Good deal. Let's see if my superior Iron Man outdamages the poison of a abomination with suicides.
Great Farmer definitely Cap Marvel. Definitely.
Yeah, I missed it. Who was he questioning, Chid? I didn't see it.
Oh, he was asking if he should take Captain Marvel, Angela to rank 4 yet. He does not have Hyperion.
Oh, yeah, Cat Marvel all day long.
Yep.
Maybe even twice on Sundays. I mean, that one's good.
But that mask is annoying. Like, why did they put the mask on her? Did they see that in the comics? Like, where? Give her a freaking buzz cut like she has now. Not just take the whole damn thing off.
Alright, and I'm out of there. Alright, I'm focused back up. Here we go. Ooh, Ultimate Wallcrawler had dinner with the grandparents. Now that's a good day, because typically I don't have to buy when my grandparents and me go to lunch. You know, that's like the biggie. Wait a minute. Carlos says, the moment you realize Steiny now has more viewers than Slicem Raid, bad idea. I'll be okay. By the end of the night, my viewers will be back in here. I'm pretty sure of it. And if not, well, it's okay. I helped somebody else out, and I like Steiny, so it doesn't hurt my feelings any at all.
Who knows, one person might just help us and give us 1,000 viewers one day.
That's right.
Let's see.
And let's see here.
I have both. Archangel,
and Carlos,
Archangel.
Carlos, just so you know, we're still up by about 8. 42 to 34 is what I'm showing currently. The only person gaming-wise ahead of us that was live earlier, oh, no, he's still alive, is Joel. Joel's got 148, so we're going for him.
Yeah, Joel's Joel.
Well, it don't matter. We're going to catch him. Give us some time. We're getting there. We're growing. Look at all these lovely people that come back night after night after night to enjoy this amazing, great content that we produce.
Was this wrestling?
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I thought I was doing a pretty good job. I was really channeling some inner rock there, you know. And that's what the rock's cooking.
I was going to say, you keep coming back, we'll keep coming back.
Absolutely. Hey, look, we like having fun, so. Hey, Willow says, I opened the stream on another device. There you go, hey, Willow. Give the guy some support, absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ultimate Wallcrawler is saying their new Linkin Park sweatshirt came to the house, so kind of a bittersweet R.I.P. Chester Talking about the death of the lead singer there. Definitely no good.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard. Like, what? The ball people?
Oh, Raven Knight says after Joel's 5-star pull, he needs some support.
Oh, God, no kidding. That guy's got, I mean, like, I got bad luck, but that dude's got bad luck.
I didn't see it. What did he pull?
Luke Cage this time. And he got, what, Ant-Man last time?
Ouch.
I mean, he can awaken the Ant-Man and grind for Doc Ock.
Starvolt says basically hello and whatever weird little things he's drawn with there. Hey, Willow saying, hey, Pillow Votes.
That's a crab.
That's a crab? Okay.
Yep.
The fact that you know it's a crab kind of scares me on top of it, but that's okay.
He told us the first time he did it.
Sure, sure. That's what I'd say too, Chid. Oh, it's a crab, I promise. I know this.
You know, I got to tell you, I'm getting really tired of champs not being baited in the arena. It's been happening to me.
Ooh.
The T4B arena is especially bad for it, and it is pissing me off. I've had fights where I've, 30, 40, 50 seconds trying to bait out a special, and I get nothing. So, kabam. Get your crap together.
Yeah, most of those champs, if you can't beat the L1, then they're not going to take any.
I mean, yeah, I'm still winning every fight. That's not the point. It's like, come on.
You don't want to lose the health.
Just stupid.
Understand?
Yeah, exactly. But it happened. Like, if it's a Thor, I'm going to die, or a Hulk, because their L3 is so absolutely devastating.
That's true.
If it's a Hulk Buster or something like that, like, I'm fine. This one was Star-Lord, and I still managed to beat him because I was using Ghost Rider, and, Pat was able to power drain with a special too, but, it's gonna happen one of those times, especially since I do sandbag method for fights 9 through 13. That's when I really worry, because I'm automatically going to lose one of the fights because I'm using a 1-star. So in fact, the last time I lost a streak was like fight 11, and it was against a Thor, and he simply would not be baited out. Yeah, exactly, Captain Bravo. Some of them just won't do it, and it's just like, I mean, I consider myself very, very good when it comes to baiting out specials. And when I can't get it to fire, it makes me think, God, what's happening to everybody who's just okay at it? What? I can't help it. I'm awesome.
I'm not even going to go where I wanted to go. I'm just going to stop right there.
I guess I'm just awesome. That's all.
Yep. Some could even argue that you're a master at that trait. So.
Try the fireplace. Maybe it.
You're so funny. Both of you.
I thought so. All right.
I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at me, too. We were talking about baiting specials, and he said I'm a master at that skill. Yeah.
Chid. I love how Chid's like,
Yeah. You should have just remained blissfully ignorant, right, bro? Oh, I'm not saying Hulkbuster's L3 can't do a lot of damage. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. There are a couple of champs that no matter how good you're doing, no matter how much health you have, they're just going to end your day. You know what I mean? If a Thor fires off a special 3 on you, 9 times out of 10, that's game over. Because not only is he going to do a crap ton of damage, you're probably going to be stunned, and then he's going to beat the crap out of you. Same thing with Hulk. So it's just not fair. Rice says, I love when you're fighting Scarlet Witch and you push her to L3, she drains her, and your power both. Bad ability. Yeah, I agree. In fact, that has probably saved me more times than I can count, where, especially if she's got like power, gain at the time or something, and I'm pushing her, and it's like, oh my God, I'm about to push her into 3, and then boom, neither of us have power. I'm like, how is that a negative for me? I mean, you just bought me another 15 or 20 hits, so thank you.
What's up, Killa Greens?
And Bulldog DOA Kato says hi.
Oh, who did?
DOA Kato.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, I see it there. What's up, DOA Kato? I don't know. One of these days I'll post a picture of it, but I can't exactly take pictures of my own back. It's not exactly convenient. So one of these days I'll take a picture of it, and maybe I'll put it up on my Twitter account. That's also very identifying, though. So we'll see.
Killer, what's up with
Because I have a
Skype?
bunch of tattoos back there.
Heat stroke, yeah, I would. Matter of fact, I think Frojo just did as well. So yeah, Gilly at rank 3 would be nice. So hey, what's up, Killa? Killa saying what's up, Slicem and crew.
I think Legacy and I were just talking about that tonight because he's got is it Legacy or Steiny? Maybe it's Steiny. One of them has they're both ranked 2, an unduped Electra 5-star and an unduped Gully 5-star, and was trying to decide. No, it was Legacy. He was trying to decide which one to take to rank 3. And I make the argument Guillotine because somebody had pointed out in the chat that everything Electra does, there's another champ that does it as good or better, essentially. Whereas with Guillotine, she's the only champ in the game that has that reverse healing. You know what I mean? She's very unique, and it's a skill that, although not needed all the time, can really save your bacon in certain situations. So I absolutely, if I'd been lucky enough to pull Guillotine, would take her to rank 3 unduped without a question.
Well, to me, it's a no-brainer, and what I mean by that, the reason why is Guillotine has a heal when she's duped. So if you do dupe her or awaken her later on, I'm pretty sure it's from her awakening. I could be wrong there.
Oh, our boy Nathan's in the chat. What's up, Nathan?
Nathan, what's up? I just died not paying attention to Punisher.
And Nick Aiello is talking about he sent a pic of the warheads. He ate 7 of them, couldn't eat any more. I still haven't gotten any. I haven't left the house in days, though. So.
And what's up, Last Spartan? Sent a pic of warheads. Yes, Nick. Great. I saw the picture of the warheads.
I think I did.
All right.
Too. Oh yeah, it was on our line chat. So yeah.
Yep.
Great Farmer 23 says, "Can you guys give me some tips in Act 5.1? My ranks 4s are Dr. Voodoo, Archangel, Electra, Guillotine, Cap, Captain Marvel, X-23, Scarlet Witch, and Hulk." Well, that's a really great lineup, buddy.
Can't go wrong.
You know, the great thing about Act 5.1 is you got all those nodes that are going to heal you when you hit them. So really, it's just about dealing damage. I mean, I don't see anybody on that list that I wouldn't say, yeah, take them. You know, just do as much damage as you can. I would say probably.
You go.
Make sure you got what, Chid?
I was gonna say make sure you have at least one bleeding immune for the path that has cow drops.
Yeah, I was just about to say I would make sure that you have a bleed immune, and I would make sure to have. It would help to have some sort of power control. You know, which Scarlet Witch sort of can, but it's unreliable. Probably Voodoo. I mean, I would definitely take Voodoo. I think Voodoo, Archangel, Guillotine, X-23, and Hulk. Except none of those are bleed immune. So you need to have a bleed immune, like you said, for that one path. But for every other path, that's probably the lineup that I would use.
Agreed.
Good choice, DOA Kato. It's duped, right? Your Storm? Yeah, it's her big slice. Yeah. Do you think they will ever bring another champ in the game that replicates Gully's L2? Probably at some point.
No way.
Could be a long way off, though. You know, you don't think so?
Nope.
I mean, I would think that it's a you think it. Okay, well, here's my question: do you think that? Are you saying that because it's a mechanic you think they want to do away with, or because they don't think they need more than one to have that ability?
I think it's their own created champion, and they want her to be unique.
Right. Okay, now I did not think about that. I was thinking about it from a game perspective that, every champ gets stale after a while, and when you want to sell new champs, you see, I could see them bringing out a second champ that also has that ability in an effort to, because, Guillotine's been around, and, a lot of people have her, and, you can only, they're I've been in the game for so long, and there's only a couple of champs I don't have, so I could see them doing it, but now that you make that point, only with another, champ that they created, maybe that would be. Yeah. But I wouldn't bank on it in the future. I would say if you need that ability, get your hands on Guillotine. What's up, Tobias? And Kilogrins in the house. All right.
I was gonna say if they do decide to bring Blade, he could potentially be another Guillotine type champ.
Well, that would make sense.
If. Big if.
I agree with that.
Oh, I think Last Martin sent a donation.
Uh-oh. Give me a second here, and I will update the board. I'm in the middle of a fight. I got to finish beating up this Green Goblin.
Or let him beat you,
I'd rather not lose my Spidey.
she's still good, DOA Kato. She just gets so much amazinger when she's duped. Her L2, man, is just there's just nothing like it in the game. I mean, it's on par with Star-Lord when you're at like 120, 150 win streak. I mean, she's doing, 20, 30,000 sometimes with the criticals. So, I mean, it's cool to take her to 3. I wouldn't take her to 4, though, unless you dupe her. But, Frojo took her on his LOL run, and she was useful. She was. He ended up leaning more on Rogue because he was having bad luck with the criticals. But she can rock it.
Rice.
Right. You go.
Oh, I was going to say, Rye just said, so Joel did a top 10 champs in the game overall. I got to say, I did not agree with it. He didn't have Archangel or Star-Lord in the list at all.
Yeah, that was what I was going to be too.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
All right, so let me ask you, did you watch the video?
I did not.
No.
Did you, Chid?
No.
I did. And I'm trying to remember from memory because every champ that he put up there, he made a very good case for. And I'd have to watch it to say whether or not I would substitute either AA or Star-Lord for anybody that's on that list. Maybe I'll hit on that tomorrow after I have a chance to rewatch it again with that in mind.
I mean, we could do a reaction video.
A reaction video, that'd be fun.
And Pilgrims, yes, those Blade movies were absolutely perfect. Would not change a thing.
I really like the third one because I'm a huge fan of Ryan Reynolds. So
I like the second one. That fight team, honestly, was the best because
is that the one, the underground? It's like a giant bathroom-looking place.
Yes.
Yeah, that was, dude. The tracking on that was amazing.
Especially compared to Marvel now, well, not Marvel now, but today's Marvel, where every punch they change the same angle. Like, why?
Yeah.
That's just annoying.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. I do. It's that Disney money. It's Disney.
That's true.
I can say this. Thanks for the donation, Last Spartan. Again, thanks so much, man. We do appreciate it. Now, here's my question. Now that I can think again, let me ask you this: who was in Joel's top 10? Because I mean, look, you can make arguments for a lot of people.
Gwenpool was number 6. I remember that. Voodoo was number 7.
Who was number 1?
Those, I don't know. I don't remember because somebody I think called while I was at the end of the video, so I don't even remember who the last 2 were. I'm sure somebody in here though has seen it and can put the list up for us. Hey, Burn One, yeah, it's me and Chid along with SlycemGaming, of course. We have to let him be here. It's his friggin' channel.
Hey, to be fair, I guess I could leave and let the chair take over again. I mean,
no, you can stay. You can stay.
It seems to do a good. It seems to do a good job. So.
Yeah, let me just see if I can fast forward through the video and.
Yeah, just get to the end because he keeps them on the screen. I think the whole time, so you should be able to just read it off.
Okay, number 1, Iceman. Number 2, Sparky. 3, OG Vision. 4, Magic. 5, Gwenpool. 6, Dr. Voodoo. 7, both Wolverines. 8, Hulk. 9, Ghost Rider. 10, Hyperion.
Okay.
Right. So again, every single one on that list is very good. So who do you pull out to put in Archangel?
What's up, Dead Boy? Okay, look, you can make an argument
Aldo?
for Hulk. You can make an argument for them guys.
Ghost Rider.
Killa, they were the top 10 champions in the game. So here's the problem I have with it, though. I really feel, and you guys can say whatever you want about this, but I really feel any list that leaves Star-Lord off the list. Now, you don't have to agree that he's number 1. Okay, we can argue that all day long, and that's fine. You can have your opinion, I can have mine, and we can all disagree or whatever. But any list that leaves Star-Lord off the list, I feel you are purposely leaving him off the list as an intentional, either you want to call it a grab for attention, for shock factor, for whatever else you'd like. But for a lack of reasoning, there's no reason to leave Star-Lord off the list. I don't care if he's a one-trick pony. I don't care if there's only one thing he does. The fact of the matter is he kills anyone faster than anybody.
Yeah, but
and therefore
it
he
has
has
to
be
do
on there.
with what your parameters are. What are your parameters for and see, this is the problem we had when we were doing ours too. Best is not a quantifiable term. You know, it's not. That's why we did our ranking system. You know, who are the best bleeders, who are the best, you know, and breaking it down like that. Because, you know, if the parameter is, you know, champs that have the most versatility, right? Champs that you can use on defense, offense, or champs that have the best chance to stay alive day 5 of AQ, or the best champs to do LOL, which it's none of those things. I mean, it's his personal ranking system, you know. But I think the fact I kind of have to agree with you. The whole point of the game is to win the fight as cleanly, quickly, and efficiently as possible, and no matter the fight, Star-Lord is always in the conversation.
And here's the thing, like I get where you're coming from, and we can all make the argument that there's all these situations, it's all this, that, and the other. But I mean, it's kind of like when you go through it and you look, and if you can just be objective to any type of degree, and not try to come up with but on the 4th night of the month when the moon is high, and your right eye has an eyelash in it, and you can only play with your left hand, because your right hand has also got a hangnail, and you know, you can only use your L3 because the power gain is insane. At that point, I can see where we leave Star-Lord off the list. Like, to me, that's an asinine reasoning. You know, like there's just, you're looking for a reason. You're begging for a reason.
Well, yeah, but, you know, like Nick Aiello makes a point. He says you have to have 2 times the ranks, good champions and champions that are good if the player is good. You know, and that's a valid point, because Star-Lord is not a good champion if you stink.
Sure.
That's just a fact.
But you want me to tell you a
secret?
secret?
Because he requires a very specific skill.
And so is Ghost Rider.
And so is Ghost Rider, and so is Dr. Voodoo, for that fact.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Voodoo will help you bypass your lack of skill a little more than the other 2 we just listed, but it really, really does make a difference. You know, so again, if the parameter is, you know, if best is the champs that give the most players, you know, if it's an Aristotle type thing, where Aristotle said that the best, you know, summum bonum, life's purpose is the greatest good. The champions that have the greatest chance to help the greatest number of players, then his list makes sense in that respect.
And honestly.
And Anthony, you're right. Top 10 debatable, sure. 1 through 5, no. You're right. It's not debatable. Star-Lord deserves to be in the top 5, hands down, every day, all day. And here you can go. Does Starkey have to be duped? No, that's the only advantage Starkey has over Star-Lord. Star-Lord has to be duped. Starkey doesn't. It's one of those things. I mean, look, you can make that argument. Well, you got to be a good player to be good with Star-Lord.
With Star-Lord.
Okay, well here, let's go with the person that he has number 2, Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. If you can't evade, if you are bad at dodging, if you are bad at triggering the dexterity buff, you are not going to get any poises. No poise means no increased damage. No increased damage means Stark Spidey is just a regular champion. You're not getting the full benefits of him. It relies on that mechanic.
Yeah, but can you really put those on the same level? The ability to dodge, which is one of the most basic mechanics in the game, and the ability to avoid getting hit 150 times in a row. You know, they're not the same thing. I get what you're saying. I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
But
you know,
can.
I learned to evade a lot sooner than I did how to use Star-Lord.
Sure, but you can. But from the standpoint of this way, you don't have to parry to make Star-Lord good. You don't have to dodge to make Star-Lord good. You can just straight block, take some block damage, and when they go for the uppercut, you scoot back and go.
Very true.
I mean, he is the most basic
You don't
champ.
even have to parry. You're right. You just have to not get punched.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just don't have to
that's
get punched.
a valid point.
Like, and that's my whole point here. Is like we try to make this reason why Star-Lord should be bad, just get over it and admit. As much as we may want to hate it, it's not like I'm saying, "Oh my God, I love Star-Lord. He's the most fun character playing the game." But I'm not crazy enough to try and argue that
Okay, this is
he's not a top, not a top tier champion, and probably easily one of the best in the game.
Please block him too.
Yeah.
Honestly, Hulk is nowhere near top 10 to me, honestly, because Poison Immune does damage. Poison does that. Cap Marble.
Chid, I love Hulk, and I use him on my AQ team, and he gets me, to Dormammu every day with everybody still intact. But dude, I agree with you. Hulk does a lot of damage, but he's capped, and
he's capped.
Really, Hulk is like. Yeah, Hulk is like a match shortener. That's why I love him, especially like on day 4 and 5, because I'm beating Voodoo, in 20 hits or whatever it is, and that's great. But I would say if I were to drop anybody off that list, Chid, I agree with you 100%. It would be Hulk, and I would make Star-Lord on that list. I'd basically just shift everybody by a slot, and I'd have Star-Lord, 1, 2, or 3. And unfortunately, I can't make an assessment on Archangel because I still don't. I only have him as a 3-star. I've barely used him, but I will definitely say I would make that change. Is there anybody else on that list that you would drop to put Archangel on?
Yes, but 1 second here. Killa says, in no particular order, my top 10: Archangel, Ghost Rider, Star-Lord, Gwenpool, Iceman, DV.
Dr. Voodoo.
Oh, Dr. Voodoo, Magic, Sparky, Vision, Wolverine. To me, okay, so this would be a little bit of a heat check here, but I would drop out of the top 10. Let's see, he had Hulk. I agree. I would drop Hulk. I think I would maybe drop the Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is a great champion. He's a great utility champion, but he's not a top 10 champion.
He's not. To be top 10, you need consistency.
There's just that percentages that it doesn't kick, it doesn't hit.
And it's been getting worse too. I swear they've done something to him because I am having the hardest time landing even just basic judgments, and it's really pissing me off because I love Ghost Rider.
And honestly, Wolverine and X-23, I would drop them too. Honestly.
I wouldn't.
Those two I can understand.
I'll tell you why.
I would take X-23 over Wolverine though. Now that
I would be the opposite. I'd go the other way. And that's why he put them there together, is because they're so similar. But I was farming ROL today, and it took me a little while, but like I got up to Storm, and Star-Lord was close to dead, and so was Gwenpool. So I was like, I'm gonna take Wolverine. And that when his power meter gets up and he's getting all those regens, it's just it allows you to go very, very far. And regen is, in my opinion, one of the most important aspects of this game. You got to have a regener, I think, for doing high-end AQ. So I don't think I would drop them, and I certainly can't think of anybody else. But I do agree with you about Ghost Rider. I think I would drop Ghost Rider and Hulk and add Star-Lord and Archangel. Because, again, with Archangel, you've got that consistency that Ghost Rider isn't bringing to the table.
And I guess this is where I'm starting to shift things a little bit. And I agree with Killa. Do you want bleed or do you want regen? My problem is you have to be able to kill the person you're fighting against. X-23's bleed will always give you a chance to kill. Her heals are sufficient enough to keep her alive. If you're needing that heavy of heals, then you're probably not a good player to begin with. Ghost Rider...
Go ahead.
And again, we're talking about one fight. I'm not talking about running one person through an entire AQ or an AW. I'm talking about if you're talking about an individual fight, the fact is X-23 has better odds of getting the kill than Wolverine does. Her bleed is stronger, her hits are stronger, and the healing is just it's sufficient. It's enough there to take care of you. Going back to Ghost Rider, my argument with Ghost Rider here is that Ghost Rider is just more utility and not top 10. If we said top 10 utility, absolutely, he's up there. He's a great player.
Like the guys who could be used in more, has the most uses.
Yes, yeah. You can take Ghost Rider anywhere. He can go anywhere. He's like that the all over SUV kind of. Oh, you want to go in the water? Not a problem. Want to go over land? Not a problem. Want to climb that mountain rock? Not a problem. But
he's
he's
Lyndon Johnson's floating car. Yeah, I gotcha.
But he's never going to win a race. He's not the fastest mountain climber. He's not the best in the mud. He's not the best at necessarily anything.
Bruce Brother is the definition of a long fight champ. That's where he excels.
Yes, very true, very true. Because you got to land those judgments, and then sometimes you need to be able to wipe the slate clean. And you talk about utility. I mean, the guy's got regen, he's got bleed, he's got power control, he does damage. He can put with a spirit block, whatever the thing is that stops the what's the thing? What's it?
Fate Seal.
Fate Seal. Thank you. Couldn't think of the word. Fate Seal. Yeah, I mean he is a long fight champ. He is super utility and super duper useful. But yeah, I wouldn't put him top 10. I'm looking at it like right now. That's not really fair. It's like, what if I was drafting a team like a fantasy football? But really, if you were doing that, you'd be going for utility because you got so many things you got to cover: AQ, AW, etc.
Okay, but would you?
So,
because let me ask you
would
this.
I what?
Would you really draft for utility? Because if you had to pick one champion to give you the best shot at killing anything in the game, who do you take?
No, because the game isn't me just killing one thing. The game is me keeping up in AQ, AW defense, questing. That's the game isn't just one big fight that I need to finish. But if that was the case, it would be Star-Lord for everything because he's going to finish it faster.
But here's the thing. Star-Lord is perfectly capable in any AQ. What?
Oh, sorry. A. Willow said Canyon Arrow, and it made me think of that Simpsons thing. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, here's the thing. Star-Lord is more than capable inside Alliance questing. He's more than capable inside Alliance war. He is your ultimate
on defense.
Yeah, you're not going to get him on defense. But look, you don't draft a defensive player up there. You know what I mean?
True.
I mean, look, if you were building a team, a real team, if you were building a real team in football right now, you go out and you get a Tom Brady, you get a Aaron Rodgers, you get the best quarterback, the best leader that you can get, and the guy that can put the most points up on the board.
I got it.
One defensive player is really good, but you have to have an entire defense to make them good. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Next time we're going to do working on our rating system. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the top 11 champs, and here's why. We're going to draft our AQ offense, our AW offense, and top 5 questers. No duplicates. So you get to draft your team. You don't worry about defense. No, we'll do defense too. What the heck? Top 16 players. Because it's all about the 16. You got to have 5 on defense, 3 on AQ, 3 on AW, 5 to quest, because you don't always want to be shut down questing when you're doing war and AQ. Sure. So we're going to do, amongst us, you, me, Chid, Tony, Frojo, maybe we'll get Steiny in here too. And let's draft the best overall teams that we would draft if we had to. I think that'd be fun as hell.
All right, so we're going to have a fantasy.
What do you guys think?
Fantasy MCOC draft.
Yep. Fantasy MCOC draft.
There it is,
and that'll
guys.
be the precursor to the other thing we were going to do. Remember the thing you and I talked about the other day? So we'll do the draft first, and then it'll lead into that.
Absolutely.
Say the title once more.
Fantasy MCOC draft.
By SlycemGaming.
By SlycemGaming.
Yeah. Yep. What do you guys think, chat? You think that's a fun idea? Would you watch that?
Now we have to look at the delay.
Yeah.
And
one 5-star in Mutant Crit. Yeah. I mean, if you're doing LOL content, definitely. One good 5-star in the Mutant Crit team.
And honestly, I would take
I've been really trying to decide whether or not I should rank up Magneto to rank 4. Because I know I'm going to use him on my LOL team. But I don't know. He's Magneto. He sucks. Last Spartan says that sounds sick. Jacob Sigler says he's in.
Nick
Adam Marco says the combo is funny because I haven't used Star-Lord in Map 5 AQ in forever. Oh, dude, Marco, you should have seen it the other day. One of our guys brought, for AQ, he brought 5-star Star-Lord, 3-star Star-Lord, and a 2-star Star-Lord. That was his whole AQ team. It was hilarious. I don't recommend it. Anthony says he's in good too. Nick likes it. Biggest Noob says, what about Universal Champions like Magic? She's good on Quest, defense, and offense. Where would she go? She's even good in AQ. Yeah, believe me, Biggest Noob, I'm going to draft her. I totally am. You know, she's going to go on probably my AW defense, just because of like everybody's been talking, the state of Mystic Dispersion and everything. So Adam Marco says he totally would, and twice on Sunday. Captain Bravo likes it. Aldo likes it. I love it. Everybody loves it. We gotta do it.
Kill says, how do you determine a winner though for the league? That's a great question. What if?
How about most uses in the week?
4-star last Spartan. What's that, Chid?
How many times that champion was used?
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do is based on our drafts. Here's what we'll do. This is an easy one. How many times the champion got picked and what ranking they got picked at. So we're going in order. So it's just like if you're drafting your team, there's first, second, third, just like we did for the ranking system.
Yep.
So let's say I take Magic as my number 1 overall, Chid takes her as his number 7, Sly takes her as his 9, etc. And at the end, however many of us there are, let's say there's 8 of us total, right? So the number of times Magic got picked, and then her average ranking, and then and then maybe we'll just add those two numbers together, or I'll figure out what works the best mathematically and figure it out.
Here, what we could do is let's hold true to what we're doing. So each champion can only be drafted one time
for your team, not once overall.
No, I think
fighting over.
I think you draft one time. So what we'll do is we will do a random draft order. I'll pull up a program. We'll spin it live. Everybody will get their slot in the draft.
Okay.
And then you get to pick. We'll take the rosters. We'll post them on Twitter. And we'll let the people on Twitter vote. And we'll have another live stream just for voting and reviewing
the best team.
Yep. We'll give people an hour to come in and vote. And then discuss who got voted for the most, why they got voted for, and just so on and so forth. So...
Okay. All right. So the winner will be decided by Twitter poll of who drafted the best overall team, or who's going to have the best chance going forward of having the most points and finishing well, etc. Because the other reason my original thinking on this was was like a top 16, which champs got drafted the most. I get what you're going with though too, which is actually a fun idea as well. It makes me almost wonder if we shouldn't do 2 separate things. Because that one will be fun, but it's not going to be really that helpful for people, because eventually, Hulkbuster's probably going to get picked because there's only so many champions in the game.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying. It's going to be fun because it's going to squeeze you. At the end of this, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, Tony, exactly.
Who do I take? How do I finagle this? Because here's the difference behind this. The difference is, in my opinion, is it forces people to draft somebody based on their real value. So it's really easy to say, oh, I can sleep on Star-Lord because I'll affect his ranking. I can affect his ranking by taking him late. I still want him, but I'll take him late. It's going to affect his number.
But so are we talking about the same thing then? Because are you saying that you can draft Star-Lord and I can draft Star-Lord?
I was saying the original deal when you said you could draft, everybody could draft the same guy.
Right.
I said the problem with that is I could draft. Okay. I could draft. Say your number 1 draft was Magic. I could say, great, I'll draft her last, and it's going to average you out.
Okay, no. I figured it out. This is how we do it. Every champ can be taken by every player, but not in the same slot. This solves it, okay? So here's what we do. So when we do the number 1 pick, whoever's got the number 1 pick, let's say it's me, and I take Star-Lord. Nobody else can take Star-Lord number 1. Everybody else has to pick somebody else. Then when it comes to round 2, whoever's picking first, they can take Star-Lord in the number 2 slot, and then nobody else can have them in that slot. So as they get picked in those slots, it's going to tell us who the most popular player in that slot was, because the person who took them there had the first pick, etc. You see what I'm saying? So we'll still end up with the same champs, so it helps the audience with who we think is the best. but at the same time, it stops us from like trying to mess up a champ's rating by picking them late or whatever.
I think it's still.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it still allows you to jack it.
Because
I think the best way to do it is
though.
you only get to pick them one time. Each player is available once.
Yeah, but then that does nothing for the audience, bro. Because then if there's 8 of us and we're going top 16, 16 times 8 is 100. That's more champs than are in the game. And then it's like Luke Cage. Oh, so I had to take Luke Cage at the 11 spot. That's not going to help anybody because you're never going to use Luke Cage for anything. But I'm trying to think of a system that will help the audience with who we think is the best.
But that's the point is not that. The point is to show the value of certain champions. Because my point is, okay, for example, the reason, like, for example, right now, one of my buddies is getting ready to draft. We're getting ready to talk fantasy football here. One of my buddies is getting ready to draft Tom Brady in the second round of his fantasy football league. Maybe first round, because he's on the tail end of it, and it's a snake league, all right? So his thought process is, I'm so concerned about Tom Brady being on somebody else's team, I'm taking him away. Because there's other wide receivers. I've got a good one. I don't have to have anybody else there. Like, Tom Brady's going to give me a guaranteed 30 points a week.
I agree, Anthony.
So now on this, on the sides, I know I can get a good wide receiver in the second round. I know I can get a good running back or this and the other. It's a matter of how far apart is each champion. Just how big of a jump is it? The problem is, and then at the end of the day, what we really need to do is let the voters let the public take a vote, and we just need to find a way to maybe slim it down. Maybe instead of doing a 5-person defense, we do a 3-person, so people can see who our top 3 defenders would be. Because in my opinion, the second 2 are fill-ins.
They wouldn't be your top 3 defenders. So they would be the top 3 defenders that hadn't been picked by other people.
Correct.
Which does nothing for. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. That sounds like fun. But I don't see how that helps our listeners at all.
Because here's the argument. The argument is that Star-Lord doesn't belong in the top 10. Correct? So my point is, if he doesn't belong in the top 10, then nobody should. He shouldn't go anywhere close to the first round of picks. You see what I'm saying? But if I can pick him in round 1, and you can pick him in round 2, and so-and-so can pick him around 3 or whatever, then you're not really gauging any value. You're just saying...
No. I don't think you're looking at that right at all, frankly. Because the thing is if it was, like, let's just say it's just me. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to come up with the 16 best champions that I would like to have. My best defense, my best offense, because I'm going to assign them all to a slot. So I'm going to have my best 5 defenders, my best AQ team, my best AAW team, etc. Okay? So if it doesn't matter that if I want Star-Lord in that top 16, I think he belongs in that top 16. Let's say I want him for my questing team, which is exactly what I would use him for, is my questing team. It shouldn't have any effect, because what we want to know is who do we think are the top 16 players, each one of us.
In that case, we just need to make a list. You don't need to do a draft.
Yeah, but that's more fun.
But you're not limiting anything.
We could just make a list, and that's why I'm saying is my idea about where you can't take them at the same time in the same slot is where I'm saying where you have to prioritize, so let's say you're going first, okay? Because most of these champs, look at this, the 10 champs on Joel's list, you could make a case for number 1 on 7 or 8 of those. A case could be made. I'm not saying I would agree with it, but you could make your case for Wolverine, and I would begrudgingly go, okay, yeah, I get that, because you're really good with it, etc. So if a case can be made for any one of those champs to be number 1, that's what we're saying. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, there's 4 of us for just the number 4 because it's easier, right? And we can't take the same champ in the same slot. So you have to ask yourself, because you're going to have the voters voting on who's got the best roster. Oh, well, then if we all end up with the same champs at the same, it doesn't matter when we took them.
That's my point.
All right, wait. Give me a second to think about this.
That's why you have to draft. They have to come off the board, because then it builds the value of the character, because now it's a race to draft that person. You see what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Chip?
Yeah, but then we just end up with useless. I'm sorry, we've been ignoring the chat. Let's talk about it. We'll think about it. Talk about it offline. There's something here. I promise you listeners, there is something here, and we will come up with it.
Octopus Gaming saying, finally I made it to the stream. Today was the first day of sophomore year for me, so I got super busy. Hey, welcome, Octopus. Glad you made it.
Yeah. And Aaron Hoodie Lover, good to see. I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks, bro. How you doing? Burned out during Goblin. Yeah, no kidding. I bet a lot of people did. Yeah, Tony, when we get done with the stream or tomorrow, let's chat about it too, because I know you're kind of on the same page as me. Hey, Steiny's here. What's up, Steiny? I think you need everyone to show up with their AWAQ and questing teams, then compare and analyze how everyone prioritizes their champs. Yeah, exactly. So what we could do is everybody shows up with their 16 in their respective slots, and then they rank them 1 through 16, like which one they thought was the most important for them, and then we can come up with a consensus number or something along those lines. We Steiny, like you, me, Tony, and SlycM, we're all in the same alliance now, and we can get Wolf in on it too. So we can always just do it in the line or in the SlycM YouTube line chat. We'll just throw it out there. We'll come up with something. We'll make it work. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Hyperion, Mortos, and Ice Spirits. Exactly. And that's what I want to see, Biggest Noob. That's what I'm talking about is, like, I want the viewers who are not participating in it to be able to look and go, okay, Star-Lord's on every single list, and this is why. Or Iceman is on every single list. Or, glaringly, who's not there. Maybe you've been bringing Yellow Jacket to your defense all the time, and not one of us had Yellow Jacket on there. So maybe you go, well, I do have this guy that they're all saying, like Dormammu. Maybe I should start using Dormammu. I want the end result to be, like, good for everybody.
Sure. And again, that is a perfectly fine method. And Steiny says you can assign points for each slot. Again, that comes down to saying, okay, the problem is that doesn't give a... You can be...
Oh, hey, Willow,
biased.
I'm sorry. I forgot you were still in here. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, at that point, you can be biased.
Alice wants to join the alliance. Slice.
Who is?
Alice wants to join the alliance.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know that he has an account.
There's a lineup. Like, there's a line to get into our alliance, and hardly anybody leaves, so you could be waiting a while.
But, hey, let us know your info as soon as the spot opens.
Yeah.
We're going to shift through those people and find the best
Sigler's in here, too. Boy, now I just look like a giant a-hole. I forgot Sigler was in here, too. Jeez. Yep. Well, it's because I've been chatting with Tony, and I saw Steiny pop up. And, of course, whenever I think of Steiny, I think of Wolf. And, yeah, sorry, guys.
Steiny, they're trying to kick you. Leave before they do.
Haha, don't tell him lies.
Get group me and join my alliance.
Look at Willow. It's okay. I think you're a cool guy, Sig.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave the chair in charge for 1 second. I'm going to go up and grab a fresh water, and I will be right back as you guys discuss what's going on. And you can think of more ways, but I still think the ultimate way to do it is we draft a team, we go to 3 defenders. You have 3 defenders.
Categories: defenders, AQ, AW, overall.
The only way I could see that working is if each of the 4 things we're drafting for, AQ, AWD, AWO, and questing, if the champion list was reset each time and you couldn't use the same champ twice, you can't take Star-Lord for all 3 or whatever, that I could see doing where, we're doing the best defense amongst us and all champs are available. And then when we do, AW offense, all champs are available again. That and like I say, you just can't duplicate on the same, on your team. So if you take Star-Lord on one thing, you can't use him elsewhere. I could see that working. I just don't see any benefit to getting, 80, 90 champs in. It's like, oh, I guess I'll take, Spider-Gwen. She's the only one left, because you're never going to use her for anything. But that's just my feeling.
That's fantasy football. You have a roster, especially with a deep league.
This isn't fantasy football.
No, but it's fantasy MCOC.
Not every team can have. Yeah, but not every team can have Tom Brady. Only one team can. All of our teams can have Star-Lord. That's the thing, is it's not like the real world in that there's only one physical corporeal being that can be on any one location at any given time. We can all use the same champs, so therefore the same rules should not apply. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. But
that's exactly right, Jacob.
My point is, in fantasy football, it's easy to figure out who has the highest value because they go off the board first. At this point,
Right.
we're trying to
Right.
determine value. You're not determining
Right.
value.
I get that. But then again, like I said, unlike physical beings, we all have the same champs available to us. So, just because you're using Star-Lord in AQ tomorrow doesn't mean I can't use him. So therefore, the parameters are different. So we could still make it. It's still a fantasy draft, but it's a fantasy draft where we all have the same players available at the same time.
I get what you're saying. Here, let me respond to Anthony, and then I'm going to run upstairs real quick.
Okay.
He says, we're all going to pick as honestly as we can, so on and so forth. That's great. Here, let me explain the one thing that goes to show why I lack some faith in this. When we did signature ability, there was one person that was one across the board, and another individual that didn't. I don't even know if they even put in the top 5. I can't remember. Maybe they gave him 2. But they're Star-Lord by far. And we can all say it's a matter of opinion, but you talk to any person in the game, anyone that plays the game, and they have him. They're praying. Every day when they go to bed, they pray that their next 5-star crystal is a 5-star Star-Lord.
Yeah.
But yet somehow he wasn't a unanimous number 1 pick in our ability awakened ranking.
I think that's different.
It's
I
not.
think
There's
you're
no
comparing
way.
apples and oranges.
There's no way he's not the number 1 ability defining by his signature. Without his signature ability, that champion is completely worthless.
Yeah, but we were really messy on that particular one because we couldn't even agree on what that category meant. Was it champions that have to be awakened, or is it champions whose awakened abilities improve them the most?
Either way, Star-Lord is the best at that. Without the ability, he's garbage, and once he's awakened, he's the best.
I'm just saying, if we're doing a fantasy draft, I don't think anybody's going to do that because everybody wants to win. There was nothing writing on it when we did the rating system.
There's no. The problem is it's going to be similar lineups, I believe, but we'll see. I'm interested to see.
We'll find something. Ditka will find a way. I say Bears 47, Giants -2. Really, Bob, -2. Ditka will find a way.
He's in New York, and I'm in. Oh, well.
They're not that far apart, Jacob. Start driving now, and you'll have him kicked by morning.
Jacob, I just want him to move.
Yeah, Joe, we'll probably end up doing something along those lines. But, to be perfectly honest, that was something we wanted to stay away from, which is why we did the rating system, because, again, when you say top 5 what? Top 5 utility, top 5 offensive output, top 5, whatever. And I think this works because there's so many and because we're defining what it is we're ranking. Who is our best AQ champs? Who is our best? Because, like, for example, Ultron doesn't make my top 10 list, period. But he does make my AQ or my AW team, because he's so good at doing that. And isn't that really what matters? I mean, the ethereal best or whatever is fun, but it's not going to help you really. But if we're talking about, like, who should I bring on AQ, that's going to help. That's going to help people. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. So I think like I said, I think if we discuss it amongst ourselves, I'm a little animated on this because I haven't, it's the first time I've gotten really excited about anything in a while. So once cooler heads have a chance to prevail, I'm sure we'll come up with something that works.
Aaron, Slycem finally got beaten by the chair. He's currently knocked out on the floor. That's why you can't see him.
That's right. His kid snuck up while he was sitting there and chewed off his Achilles tendon, and he's currently flopping around like a fish on the floor.
Yep.
All Pet Cemetery.
I think
I agree, Anthony.
I think he just popped a revive because he's back. Yep, he's back.
I am back.
Damn it, we're having fun without you. Of course.
Yeah, RTTL was a lot of fun. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it. I'm glad that I can not only be back like physically, but I feel like I'm like getting back into my own, as a commentator. It's been a rough couple of weeks, as I'm sure you can imagine. Let's see. Adam says, "How about this? If AWAQ is going at the same time, and then you have to quest what teams?" Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at, Adam. Is because you don't want to, obviously when you're newer, you don't have a choice. It's like, oh, I can't quest tonight because my best 5 champs are locked up in AQ and AW. So I kind of want to look at it like, what would be if everything was going on at once? There was a 24-hour quest that you needed to finish, and you got your team in AW and AQ is running. Who are you using? So that's kind of like the mindset I had going into this.
Definitely not Phoenix.
Yeah, definitely not Phoenix. Phoenix wouldn't make my top 30, that's for sure.
She won't make top anything. Well, that's
exactly.
Even then, no.
Yeah. She might make my list of top champs whose signature ability I find humorous, but that's about it. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it.
That's one good thing I like about her. You can't touch her while she's healing.
Yeah, exactly. And unlike Punisher's Endurance, she regens. Especially if you're good with those heavies during the fight, then you can actually regen a decent amount, which is great because if you can win the fight, you go into the next one. You have the ability to. And I think that's an undervalued skill. It's just because she hits she hits so soft and she's so clunky to use. But if you get really down low to where you almost die, let's say you're using her on a quest and you're able to do the Phoenix ability, say regen 25% of her health, and then win the fight immediately. You go into the next one and you do the same thing, and now you're at 40%. I mean, it requires you, unfortunately, to almost die to make it happen. But if you're good enough with getting off those heavies and good enough to get the markers that she heals from, then who's number 1 on that list, Bulldog? See, that's the thing is with this list, there's not going to be an overall number 1. There would be, I can tell you who my number 1 in each category would be. So like my number 1 AQ champ would be Ultron, hands down. Bleed, great regen, double immunity, and for AQ, all of that stuff matters. My number 1 AW guy easily would be Vision, either one, because again, the double immunity, he's got the power control. I would never not bring him on my AW team, although a case could be made for Voodoo. For my number 1 AW defender, if we're talking like max rank, can do everything, would probably be Magic because of the state of Mystic Dispersion going on right now. And then like my number 1 quester would either be Star-Lord or Wolverine. But then Wolverine could end up on my AQ team, depending. But so I'm not gonna say because I just don't think you can. It's like I appreciate what Joel did and I love Joel, but I just don't think that you can put out a legitimate top 10 champs because. Top 10 for what? As Anthony pointed out, it's not just about dealing damage. It's about all the different aspects. You need different things in AQ than you need questing sometimes, depending on the quest you're doing. And you need different things. Obviously, AW defense is very different than AW offense. I'd never put Star-Lord or Vision on my defense, but you can bet your butt I'd bring them on offense. I like Venompool. I can't rank him to rank 2 because alphas are so hard to come by, but I will eventually. See, I enjoy playing Venompool.
See, I guess that's where I have a huge disagreement. At the end of the day, the game is all about beating the opponent. There's just some champs.
Not on your defense.
No, on defense, that's the only difference. And there's a widespread. Dormammu's the number 1 by far, hands down. And that's so. Then I'm just talking about player control wise. You can say there's all sorts of different ways, and yeah, sure, there's other champs to do it in many different aspects of the game. Let you do it different ways, but at the end of the day, you have to kill the opponent. Nobody does it better than Star-Lord.
Yeah, that's the other thing though you got to factor in is like when we were having the debate of X-23 versus Wolverine. I disagree. I take Wolverine 9 times out of 10. Part of the reason is I've had him longer and I'm better playing with him. I find his movements to be more fluid. I find X23 to be kind of clunky. I think his regen is more significantly better than hers than you're giving it credit for.
No, it is.
I think
you
basically have said her regen is passable, or it's good enough. And I don't like good enough. I really like when he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all personal preference things. I mean, it's all personal preference. There are some,
Absolutely.
I think there are some things that objectively cannot be argued, like the effectiveness of certain Mystic champions on defense. But I think a lot of it is nuance and what we're comfortable with. I don't have Archangel, so he's not going to rank as highly for me because I really don't know, excuse me, how effective he is. I'm not like you where I've got to play with him a bunch. So does that mean that Archangel is not as good as Dr. Voodoo? No, it just means that I am better with Dr. Voodoo or Ghost Rider or whoever. So there's always going to be there's going to be some of that. Because I mean, then if you're doing it by like stars, 5-star, 4-star, all the stuff we do is based on the champion being maxed out, like 4-star max with a Sig 99. That's kind of how we do all of our rating. And sometimes you have a champ that's better as a 5 than a 4, like significantly. Old Man Logan is a perfect example of that. But if we start doing 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, Sig at 22 versus Sig at 99, then it just gets to be too confusing and unhelpful. We want it to be as clear and concise as possible.
I agree. 12-0 was an amazing deal for the game. I still think there is still God tier champions, because there are champions that people go for. Without them, it's very difficult to beat certain aspects of the game. Doesn't mean that you can't do it with other champions, and you could do other stuff before. There's just some champions that make the game easier, and that's what God tier champions always were. It's not that you had to have them to beat the game; it's that they made the game easier. People still beat ROL without Scarlet Witch or without Star-Lord or someone like that. They just brought a different set of champions. If you had Scarlet Witch, if you had them, it was a walk in the park. You just went in and let her do all the heavy lifting.
Easy mode.
Correct. It changes how you
easy mode.
It changes how you play the game. You still have that in 12-0. There's a reason why people are hot to trot over Doc Voodoo or Star-Lord still. I mean, there's still champions that are just the cat's meow. They're the top of the food chain. Doesn't mean there aren't other good champions, but
it's just that gap. I think the way you would put it is that gap between champs is not as
wide.
Big. It used to be there was a chasm. It was the Grand Canyon between Scarlet Witch and Luke Cage, and now it's more like I don't know, a couple of city blocks, whatever.
Sure.
That fell
Everyone
apart.
had Scarlet Witch.
What's that?
I said prior to 12, not everyone had Scarlet Witch.
I still don't have her. See, Anthony, I agree with you too. I would take Voodoo over Star-Lord anytime because, it's not just one fight, it's multiple fights. Voodoo's given me that regen at the beginning of every fight. Voodoo is great for dealing with like Colossus and Unstoppable, where you got a guy that's bleed immune, or Nightcrawler, if you could land a couple of Loas on him and then convert him to Spirit Venom, and then you just hang back and watch him die. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I might bring them both. Who knows? But like, if I had to choose, again, if I was drafting and I could only take everybody once in one position, I'll probably draft Voodoo ahead of Star-Lord. Not probably, I will. But
it's I agree. Voodoo gives you more versatility, but I think Star-Lord's pure damage output kills him faster to the point that it doesn't make as much of a difference. I mean, here's the deal. If Voodoo was...
Doesn't matter that he's not regenerating is what you're saying.
Correct. I mean, because here's the way I look at this. While Voodoo has a regen and it's solid, it can be canceled. It can be negated. On top of it, he's not poisoned. It's not like he's immunities. He doesn't have anything outside of that. He has power control, but if you want to argue power control, then what's the point of baiting? I mean, if you if you bait any at all, Star-Lord is a form of power control. You just bait. That's what baiting is. Baiting is power control before they gave us 12 champions that had power control. If you want power control, grab Magic. You're going to get Limbo, you get a heal, all that, So, yeah, Spartan, at the end of the day, though, for LOL and other in-game stuff, there's no one I want to put more than Star-Lord. Yeah, look, and I agree, there's definitely different ways to do it now. And there's personal preferences. But I think anybody that has a Star-Lord, has pulled him and used him on any kind of hard content, you will quickly see he is the cat's meow. He is going to kill it. He's going to kill it faster. He gives you less headaches. And you don't need the regen because the playstyle to use him is to not take damage. If you're taking damage, then you're not going to be good with Star-Lord anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's a moot point.
First off, it's moot point.
That's why
yeah, there
I
you
corrected
go.
it.
Yeah, you caught it exactly. I'd already started being snarky though. Sorry. The second thing is I think that's a little more black and white than the reality is. Because you get Star-Lord's combo of 25-30 and then you mistime something and you take a hit and it resets the meter is not the same thing as you blocking every punch with your face, and same with, you take a hit with Voodoo and the regen's off. I just don't think it's as black and white as all of that. And yeah, Adam, that was a terrible analogy. It fell apart on me halfway through because I shouldn't have picked Luke Cage as the other side of that. I should have done somebody better. So sorry.
Golly, Thor still hits like a Hulk or like a Mack truck. Good golly.
He is he's a damage dealer.
Adam Marco, whoa! Did you just say the cat's meow there, Grandpa? Shaking my head.
I actually saw something the other day that cracked me up. Somebody said, "Why would somebody 3D print a save icon?" And it was a 3.5-inch floppy disk. Like an actual floppy, and some kid thought that they had 3D printed a save icon. That made me feel real old.
That's funny. Oh.
Wow, surprisingly quiet tonight. We only have 34 people in here right now. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, it's
maybe I got a little too animated for everybody there.
Yeah, it happens. Let's see what else is going on out there tonight. Not a whole lot going on, and you got to remember it is the middle of the week, so you got school
That's
night
true.
going on,
Is
things
it
of that
Tuesday?
nature. Yep, you got school and work happening. So there's Nerdless. He's back. Welcome back, Nerd.
I'm back. Why are you back, Nerdless? Why are you back? Let's see.
Pulling this crap again. Been 30 seconds, and I can't get Storm to fire off her special.
Nerdless
we go,
says,
finally.
is there a ban war going on? Not that I know of. I don't know what that means.
A ban?
Nerd. A ban
Yeah, I don't
war.
either. What are you guys talking about? That's incredible and hilarious. My stupid analogy that fell apart? Or, the 3D printed save icon. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Adam Marco.
Would have made me feel like... Go ahead.
Question: If a champ has a All or Nothing and SP1 link up, will they use the SP1?
No, All or Nothing will override it.
That's so dumb. Obey the no, damn it.
Yeah, all or nothing will over, and because there was discussion, with Spider-Man's. Was it ever determined does Sparky's taunt make them fire it off even if they're on an all or nothing node? I don't remember.
Yes.
What's the
It
question?
does. Okay.
Does his taunt work? Yeah.
Against all or nothing.
Yep.
Matter of fact, he's excellent in Road to the Labyrinth. The Wolverine that is all or nothing. They're in one of the near end parts. He can actually make them throw his specials.
Right.
4.4, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And also the Iron Patriot.
Correct. Yeah, he can go in and make them fire off.
Big question: were you guys hearing the fuzzy sound? If so, my bad.
No, I did not hear a fuzzy sound.
I didn't either.
Okay, tell us. Let's see, yeah, people. And what's up, Sleepy iMac?
We got iMac in the house. Is that what I heard?
All right. Is that brought to you by iMac? Sweet.
I keep thinking of Ermac from Mortal Kombat
Uh-oh.
for some reason. Let's see how it started. No, nothing. Champ, one give you. I'll take Vidic control over Magic.
Yeah, would you read that out? I can't do something.
Oh.
He said, Anthony said, how is Starlord on all or nothing, or if the champ won't give it to you? And I would take Voodoo's power control over Magic every time. Extra damage, ability reduction. I keep people at 0% power the entire fight. One L2 and they never get power again. Well, they still get it.
I mean, it's the same as Magic. They both happen on the L2.
Yeah, and Magic's is a lock and a steal, so I take the lock and a steal.
Yeah, I don't see the comparison because it's both on SP2. It wasn't SP1. Then you have the case.
Yeah.
But both champs, you have to.
Wolf of Ball Street saying, "What's up, crew? What's up, Wolf of Ball Street? Good seeing you."
It's been a while, actually.
It's been a long while since we've seen him.
Yeah.
I saw him earlier, maybe in Legacy's stream. I can't remember. Or it might have been Steiny's. I know he was in there because I was trying to send a message to Wolf, and I saw him, and then so I just say, "What's up?" Hey, what's the deal, Chid? What's the deal with Netflix Daredevil evading projectiles? Because I know that's not his signature ability, and yet it still happens like all the time.
Oh, it's his passive. He has a
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Happens a lot for just a percentage passive.
What?
Yeah, it happens to me probably 2 out of every 3 times I'm fighting him. If I use projectiles, he insta evades. It's ridiculous.
What? It's let me see. It's remarkable. It's 15%.
Yeah, 15%, and yet it happens all the friggin' time.
Let's call it Kabam math.
Kind of weird. Yeah, Kabam math.
Kabam math. And we've climbed back up. Bulldog calls out the viewer count, and we've climbed back up to over 40. So
nice.
And he has a 97% physical resistance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that I understand, but it's just his auto evade. I'm just like, what? Yeah, because then I was looking and I go, wait a minute, I thought I was fighting Netflix Daredevil, you know. And then I read it and I was like, okay, so he's got a chance, but then it just keeps happening.
Yeah, I never see it happen at all.
Oh, I was gonna say Heatstroke. Jessica Jones isn't in the game, man, and that's 4. Yeah, that's 4 champs, but there is no Jessica Jones. So Luke Cage, Ant-Man, and Carnage. Oh no, bro, there's some champs way worse than Carnage, in my opinion.
Yeah. You have Voltrash.
Yeah, Voltrash. Who else would I say is worse?
Garbage of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, Netflix Daredevil, The Garbage of Hell's Kitchen. IMAX says, did you all notice the extra PHC shards you got this afternoon? The Spideyverse shards I got for everyone kicked in today. Oh, rock on. I didn't even notice. I haven't been monitoring my PHC count.
Yeah, I haven't either. Real quick, though. Anthony said Magic's not 100%. You have to do it over and over. Voodoo is one time and they're locked for good. So it's 100% chance to power still. Taking 33%.
Feels like 100%.
And it's 85% to power lock. Which Kabam math is really like 150%.
Yeah, because I've never seen it not lock.
I would say it maybe once out of the last blue moon.
Yeah, I don't remember it ever not happening.
Yeah, that's why I had to go look. I was like, "There's no way," because it's always kicked in. I've never seen it not kick in.
Yeah, either it's a text error or something, because that thing is always there.
It's like clockwork. You hit that L2, it's a power lock, it's a power drain or steal, and you're going to town. You're halfway to your next L2, and you just go, go, go.
Ask the people that use it on map 6. They'll tell you it always procs.
All day. Twice on Sunday. Let's see here. Oh, we got a subscriber, though. That's what I'm talking about. Nope, doesn't show who, though. Let's see.
See, I got 22 stars and 3 stars. Oh. See if I can one up you, Amac. I opened 18. I got 3 stars and 1 Archangel. 4 stars.
I gotta go take care of some stuff. I'll be back.
All right, take it down.
And Anthony, if you want to get technical here, on Voodoo's special 2, if you're using the even combo, you only have a 50% chance to burn 2.5% of the power. So you technically have less of a chance with Voodoo than you do Magic. If you want to just get technical, it's a 50% chance to burn 2.5%. Unless maybe the 50% increase causes it to go to 100.
So ding, 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 Magic wins.
But I mean, the even is a 50%. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you this: Magic's, and I would have said Doc Voodoo's was 100% on every hit as well, but because they both happen like all the time for me, I never have to worry. They're just consistent.
We know it's not 100%. We just said it.
Hey, I think A Willow's in shock as well, saying, "Wait a minute, it's not 100%."
See?
That's what we're all saying. What's
I thought that was Anthony saying it's not 100%. How bad? Because their pictures look so alike from afar.
No.
I mean, when you have your brightness set to 0 and and you're sitting far from your screen, they look alike.
So he's seeing the signature. Okay, so yeah, with the signature ability, so you could even argue that Magic's signature ability has nothing to do with it. Magic's signature, so you could even argue that undo Magic would be better than Doc Voodoo. I mean, my whole point here is that, yeah, Doc Voodoo's handy, but I don't know that I'm going to go out and say the king of power drain. Magic does it straight from the crystal. Straight from the crystal.
Plug and play.
Yeah. Herring says same with Black Widow. She evaded on me 4 times in one match. Yeah, that's called Kabam math. Again, we go over this quite often in this channel. Kabam math is the math that allows champions to do something much, much higher greatness than what they state. And it seems to always come up.
It just hurts my eyes. I don't like having things to break. Because I like to see in the dark with no lights, and brightness just hurts me. I'm actually being serious, not lying.
I sadly believe you. Alright, let's get this T4 beta going.
Ooh, the week is almost over.
Pick out some random champs and get going.
All right, you haven't done yours, huh?
No, I haven't done mine, Chid. What part of earlier today when I was like, yeah, I didn't do them yet? Did you misunderstand that? Yeah, I didn't, or do it?
Huh? It seems mine's already done. You know, rank 3 Ultron right there. You know, just giving you the hero pose with his metal sideburns.
Who's got metal sideburns?
Ultron.
Oh.
Never noticed?
No, I've never really looked at Ultron's sideburns.
He has metal sideburns.
Game got choppy there for a second. Yikes.
Can't have that. That's all good though, Marco. I know you're cool. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Anna Marco calling you out?
He called me a hacker vampire.
Alright, guys, and again, we're going to run one more ad here real quick. as we just start the T4B arena. Got to get this over with. We're closing in on 100% on master difficulty for Sinister Foes. And again, if you're new here, we appreciate you showing up and watching us. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, and feel free to talk to us in the chat, because that's what makes the channel go. We like to answer questions, discuss whatever's going on. Sorry we got a little preoccupied arguing about a couple champions here, and who is or isn't a top-tier champ type argument. I really thought that was going to do something different.
They got heated.
It didn't get heated. What's wrong with you? Hyper.
Nah, I'm not seated. I'm hype.
Alright. Hopefully I can run through this. I think my new goal on this is just to use my 5 stars for the most part. And then I can use my 5 stars on the T4 basic, use my 4 stars over on the Hood arena. And should be able to walk away.
You have 2 rank 3 5 stars, huh?
Yeah, I got a couple of them now, so I should be okay.
Yeah, you can use everyone else, then when you're out of champs, use those and just keep refreshing.
Yep.
And earliest change up his picture. Where's the R's, nerd? Where's the R's? Thought we were a team.
Yeah. Anna Margo says no. It was just a lively debate at SlycemGaming. Last Spartan says it wasn't cooled. Yeah, well, we're all passionate about what we do and what we say, and that's what makes us unique and interesting, I think, to a degree. And we do appreciate all the support we got and get, I should say, tonight alone, or from today. Oh, matter of fact, shoot. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, we do want to appreciate to the guys from today, Last Spartan and King, punching in, helping out with some donations. We appreciate it.
Yeah, when is the week over?
The week restarted on Sundays. So every Sunday I'll clean the slate. So we'll see how big that list can grow over on the side. Right now, Last Spartan leading the way for the week. King right behind him, Adam Marco, Hayden, A. Willow, and then some yahoo named Ched trying to steal an energy refill.
Boy.
Steven says, pull my 16th 5-star, still no mutants. You're in the same boat as Bulldog, Steven. It's pretty rough. A. Willow says, Slice, you haven't put Spartan up as top supporter in the right-hand corner. That's because King is beating him currently for the day. King punched in. Actually, it was this morning. King kicked in 12. He said, hey, throwing this in for tonight in case I forget or don't make it. So, King helping us out this morning. We appreciate it.
Ooh. King is taking the W. Are you going to let that happen?
King, so yeah, that was first thing this morning for King. Spartan was the first one on the stream, though, or the highest on the stream, so. And it does say of the day. Unless I missed something. I'll go double check to make sure I'm not missing.
Yep,
yeah, nope, check. Everything's still staying the same, so I didn't miss anything. Okay.
Yes, I am.
So Steven's got 16 5-stars. Just curious. Yeah, that's why you're on the week. You're on top of the week, Spartan. So we got the week on the left, top support of the day. Here, let me put it on the day. Dun dun dun.
Let's see. Oh. Oh, buzzers got there. No.
There.
Don't even make that argument. How about this?
There. Oh, now that's even longer. That's all right. We'll pull that over. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. There, that's fixed. Yeah, he was first thing this morning. King was. He was jumping all over it.
Frodo Jr., I believe you have to call Maury to find out who that is.
Wow.
What? What? Folger said that it's not his son.
Let's see. Italian Joe saying Volbage, talking about Vulture. Yeah, I think we all agreed nobody's really liking him.
Nope.
But supposedly you pair him up with Doc Ock, and it's going to be a super Doc Ock, they say.
He's going to be super Volbage.
Yeah, I need some sort of like cool like light that spins around those. I'm not good enough with OBS yet, but give me time as I play with these more and more.
Yeah, we will get sound boxes, more animations. Okay, see, Slasm started the same day he learned how to use OBS.
That is correct. I basically one day I can't say I woke up. I was sitting, I don't know where I was. I guess I was at work, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to stream this game. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start streaming. So I sat down, and I was like, okay, I wonder how to do this. And I started looking it up, and I'm like, well, I wonder. So then I look around, and all of a sudden I got it all figured out, and I was like, okay, well, let's try it out. So then I started trying it out, and it's been really weird because it just worked, I guess, and then it kind of just kept going. So
yeah, but that lag was terrible.
Oh, we had horrible lag early on. The lag was you could watch the stream from the night before 2 days later. Italian Joe's saying almost at 1K. I haven't looked today. Well, I mean, I looked earlier, but
let me see. We're at 937.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're up a little bit. Still growing.
Yep. Starzy?
Uh-oh. Mr.
Yes, he is.
Trevor. Mr. Trevor subscribing to the channel. Hey, we appreciate it, Mr. Trevor. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button, man. And again, if any of you are new, please don't hesitate. Feel free to ask us any questions you want. We'll answer anything that's viable to answer, I guess you could say. So.
Yeah. If you guys can argue that Vulture isn't that bad, then lay off Green Goblin with the same principle.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have either one, so it's hard for me to say. I didn't.
I have one of them intentionally.
I didn't go after either one. I didn't go after their crystal, though I did go after Green Goblin. I lied. I went after Green Goblin and the crystal a little bit ago. So.
Yeah, I think you have 10 crystals.
Nick says, "Yo, I subbed 3 hours ago on that account." LOL. Well, Nick, it just now hit, or it just now showed as non-private, maybe. But either way, thanks, brother.
Probably know the chat is covering gameplay on my full screen mobile, and
that's interesting.
That's probably from the app then.
I'm trying to rack my brain around. You could watch yesterday's stream 2 days later. Meaning the lag was so bad that it would catch up 2 days after it was streamed. Like if I streamed on Tuesday and just let it stream open, like on Thursday you'd be watching the stream. Okay, it may not have been that bad, but it was bad. It was really, really bad. IMAX gonna be lost, dazed, and confused now, so.
Yeah, IMAX is one of those things that you have to be there to see it.
Let me put it this way. I didn't even talk. I mean, I talked in the videos, but it was so bad I typed to everybody. So I would play a little bit, and then I'd type, and it was really more like a hangout and chat. It was like a chat room for MCOC with like 4 or 5 people that would come in there and hang out. Chid was one of them. There was another guy, Harsh, who you guys see on here every so often. Got the Groot icon for his deal. But outside of that, those were like my 2 regulars.
Jacob, any champs are better than Carnage, I have to say. So please give me another champ to compare Vulture to. See, I'm back. I'm very medicated. Well, feel very medicated on that PayPal.
What's up, King? Welcome back. He is medicated, ready to go. IMAX says, I'm just too tired. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, see, it was like this. Last time, when he tries to say a sentence, it will go, and he would just say, be like, screw it, I'm just going to tap to everyone.
Yeah. IMAX says you seemed okay the first time we raided you with Joel. Let's see. Was I? I wasn't here, was I? I don't think so.
Yeah, that was after he moved.
Was it after I
Yeah.
I moved? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I had
Way
moved.
after.
I had already moved, I think. According to Chit, I
you were
had.
that was when I was still bugging you to set up furniture.
Okay, yeah, you could be right. Yeah, I think you were asking me if I was ever going to get any furniture in the house.
Yes.
The rest of the house had furniture. Matter of fact, the couch behind me belongs in my living room, downstairs living room area. I just stole it.
Oh yeah, bring a dog. Let them see it. They haven't seen it.
Bring the dog. The dog is asleep.
Yeah. Wake her up. They need to see the dog like we saw the dog. That's how you got more. That's how Frodo saw. Because he saw the dog.
Yeah, no, the dog's upstairs laying down. So, oh yeah, then IMAC. If it's the same room, then yeah, I had moved. It was my old house. It was brutally laggy.
Yes.
It was horrible.
What device are you streaming on?
Italian Joe says he notices now that Ultron does have the Burnside look going.
See, I told you.
King,
Ambrose Burnside, good reference.
King, you say what device am I streaming on? Right now I'm on an old iPad. I really need to go update, get a new iPad so I can keep iPad.
Bruce
You got that.
Bruce will pull the 5-star Colossus today. I feel sorry for whatever alliance he's in.
I think it's a wiener dog.
No, it is not a wiener dog. Don't be mean to my little dog. She's awesome. I have a multi-poo, Maltese poodle mix.
I thought I said multi-poo. I was like, what in the hell? I've never heard that.
What, a multi-poo?
Yeah.
Oh, they're cool. They don't shed, hyperallergenic. They play well with kids.
Wait, what's your old network? The one in the old house.
Oh, my old network. I had AT&T. It wasn't really AT&T. There was a lot of stuff going on there. I was moving. I had some different setups. And I think my sister used to rent my house when I lived in Chicago. So when I moved away, I kept my house and just let my sister live in it. So I'm pretty sure she changed the internet subscription. Speaking of, I need to call and cancel that. My internet is still running at my old house, even though I'm never there. So
yeah, cancel that.
Yep.
I'll remind you too.
It's probably a good idea.
It's good to stay on top of that stuff. My wife just discovered that I've been paying motorcycle insurance on the bike I sold when we moved into the new house, and I thought I had canceled it, but apparently not. So I've been paying like $40 a month for the last 9 months.
Yeah.
Raven says, "What's wrong with a wiener dog, Slicem? My dog is a wiener dog, and he is awesome. I didn't say anything's wrong with him, but my dog's not a wiener dog. It doesn't even look like a wiener dog. Like she's this little fluffy black and white multi-poo. I mean."
My brother has a wiener dog, and his name, I swear to God, is Meatface. Meatface.
That's awesome.
And then he's also got another dog that's a corgi, and the corgi's name is Kevin. That's like when you got 2 kids and you name one of them John and the other one is, LaFondisha or something, some like long, crazy name. It's like, well, these are my kids, Bill and Rainbow Happy Valley. Like, obviously, we like one of these kids better than the other.
Agreed. And King, we need you to help us with that Google advertisement.
Yeah, that's what we need, King. We need to find a way to sneak SlycemGaming in on all these Google searches. So when somebody YouTube or Googles anything close to it, it starts popping them up and redirecting like instantly to our YouTube page.
Right.
Oh yeah.
As a Marco, I can vouch for him because same thing happened to me. I had a Vio. I don't know how you pronounce that thing. I had a laptop and I was still paying for antivirus, even though I had a Mac next year. I didn't notice my account was overdrawn. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's
$119. Like, what? I need that back.
That's funny.
That's why I don't like the Amazon once a year. That happened to me this year. I was like, I thought I had X amount, and then I'm like, what the hell? And it's like, oh, Amazon came out this month.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Michael and Pikel. Excellent, Ravenite. Great Rick and Morty reference. Yeah, it was obvious you were playing. They had a name picked out for you and everything, Michael. And then I came along and they're like, oh, geez, what are we going to call this one? I guess we'll just call him Pikel.
See, I got the American.
Last Spartan says someone was on something intense when they named their kid Rainbow Happy Valley.
Yeah, I was thinking of Frank Zappa's kids. What are they, Moon Unit and Dweezil? Like, come on, man. I thought you're supposed to love your kids. You don't do that to them.
And Adam Marco, yes, you're right. I should have paid more attention to that thing.
Adam Marco, I think I've got the phrase Lemonhead coined and trademarked, so you're going to have to take and talk to me about using that wording.
Yeah, he does. See, I'm about looking for so. I'm guessing Star-Lord. That's my guess.
It would be pretty fitting.
All right. Get that Max Sick whistle.
Get it.
Need help localizing your hospitality robots or Mac filtering or network help in general and
90% of that I don't know, but King, we're gonna go there one day. I'm gonna sit down. Actually, tomorrow I think.
Rogue.
Oh, he's answering Star-Lord. Tomorrow I believe I am going to. As I always say, I'm going to do this, and then I always end up sticking around. But my plan is to leave work early. I know I normally don't do that, but I'm planning on leaving work early, coming home, and working on YouTube stuff and all of that good stuff, and trying to get some stuff taken care of and done. So I should be on early. Should be ready to rock and roll. So yeah, all sorts of good stuff. So we should be able to have a good long deal tomorrow. So.
A Willow says, Google Pornhub. Did you mean SlycemGaming? Yes, yeah, that's what I meant.
Exactly.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Hey, Corgi, are you still in the chat? Corgi, if you're here, let me know.
And the reason why that search brought you here, just let Rogue spin out completely. They will understand. See, in high school,
and I
it was a spring day.
Another subscriber. Whoever you were, thanks for hitting that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it.
The other marker says, but if the marker of the comment, because the comment, meaning that he opens it for use.
Stara says, why do you have 9 mastery points available? Well, Stara, I'm going to first tell you this. I don't have 9 mastery points available. Because one of those is a title. So I only have 8 available. I know that's really bad, Stara. Please don't judge me. She's got like a 5 million champion rating. Don't
let someone's rating scare you.
She scares me. She looks like she could probably whoop me. She's got better champs than I do, so you got to bow down to that. So,
once you're 6 feet, everyone else bows down.
No, Stara, in all reality, it's because, A, I didn't purchase up the stony cores that I need. I'm going to do those later on. Yes, I'm aware I'm leaving damage on the plate. I'm doing a lot of stuff like that that's kind of stupid. But I just haven't decided which way I want to go. If I want to go one more Mystic Dispersion, maybe go one deeper into a couple other things. So a lot of little stuff there that I just kind of got to decide how I want to finalize my mastery setup. And so because of that, it's not finished. Please
two things.
Judge.
One, Marco, I was new at the time. The last laptop I had, I used strictly for producing beats. And that was it. Didn't have to worry about antivirus, none of that. But here, apparently I had to have it. And 2, Slycem. You're willing to bust out the wallet to get madness crystals, but not willing to bust out the wallet for masteries. Why?
Because I'm not doing anything that I really need the masteries for right now. like I kill whatever I'm in. I'm not dying in map 5. I'm not dying in my Alliance Wars. I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, not really. So, it's one of those things where it's like I'm not doing anything that has to have them. So I kind of am like, who really cares? I guess.
I mean, Star cares.
So Star's gonna light me up for it, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I should finish them out. Yes, it would make it easier. It would make it better, but I just don't have to yet, I guess. And until I decide for sure which way I want to go, I'm just kind of hanging tight.
Just keep it in mind. Brutal, he's right. That is the name of the game, Mystic Dispersion. Once you get to tier 1, that's all you see.
Oh, yeah.
And it's bad for the game, frankly. Because, it seems to me like the whole point of 12.0 was to level the playing field. Not level it per se, but take out the easy mode champs, bring up some champs that can hang, give people more variety. So it's like, oh, my game's stuck until I get X, Y, or Z. And then you've got this completely broken mastery that basically makes war boring as hell because it's going to be the same things over and over and over again. And I agree, you could solve the problem really quick by making dexterity not trigger it. And they've done stuff like that before, like when they fixed willpower and the rest. So I don't understand why they're dragging their feet on this one.
Well, they could be because they didn't just fix willpower, they destroyed it. It's now a fairly useless...
significantly less useful is different than useless.
2 things. 1, at the Marco, yes, it was a Windows laptop. And 2, Mystic Dispersion wasn't always an issue. It's now that there's so much more Mystic champs that it's becoming an issue. Because back then all you had was Juggernaut. And who was he scaring back then?
Now you got Mordo to face, Dormammu, Hood.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of them.
Magic. And they tweaked Magic and made her better.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the Legends run. It wasn't an issue back then, but now that it's more available to people, it's becoming an apparent issue.
What's up, Best Keegan? Good seeing you, buddy.
Yo, Best Keegan, how's the move? Did you make it safe? Did you pick out a new place? Is it still on budget?
Did he move?
Yeah, he was planning to.
And again, Corgi, Octopus Gaming, if either of you are up and in here, your logos are done, let us know.
Well, yeah, that too. Mystic Dispersion clashes with dexterity, and that's annoying.
Yeah. What's up, Drop Faith? What's up, Eternal Warrior?
If that's the case, just make the buff you get from dexterity a passive, so it doesn't even affect it. Like, that should not be hard to do.
You know what, Drop Faith? I don't agree with that. I don't think on this one that it would create the outcry it did with willpower and that. I really don't. I think even the top tier alliances would welcome that change because it will make it more fun. And that's what, For Loki is a top tier alliance, Brian is a top tier player, and they're tired of it too. It's boring, It just gets worse and worse the higher you go. So I don't think you'd have nearly the pushback you would have in other situations. Just my personal opinion.
Thank you for stopping by, Keegan. Your support's always welcome. We will return the favor. And what was I gonna say? Hold on. Wait. Let me see. Yeah, Drop Fate. They're wrong for asking for compensation. That's what I don't like about this community. Any chance they get, they want compensation.
Well, that's just people in general nowadays.
Yes.
It's the worst. You ought to run a car dealership. Everything.
Even the people that don't even know what this stuff is or have any idea of what it looks like or even remotely close to come in contact with this one compensation.
People just want something for nothing, nonstop. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it here. I can give you a prime example. I had a lady buy a car from me. All right? I didn't have the color she wanted. So what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
I go 2 states away. I get the car. I bring it in. Now, the dealership had a mistake on the car. No big deal. They sent us the wrong one. So it shows up. No big deal. We're like, hey, not a problem. So I make phone calls instantly on the spot. Boom, I locate her another one. I say, look, I'm going to have it here tomorrow. I'm getting it. I'm sending a guy out first thing in the morning, 5 in the morning, drive over there, pick it up, drive it right back. I'm going to deliver it on your doorstep. On your doorstep, ready to go. Okay? What is her response? Well, what are you going to do for me, though?
What?
I don't know. Drive 2 states away, pick up another car, drive it back, deliver it on your doorstep. You don't have to leave your house. I mean, you can walk outside in your pajamas, sign your paperwork. My guy's going to turn around, jump in another car, and drive back home. I'm paying for 2 cars, 2 sets of gas, 2 guys. I'm doing all these things to make sure you don't have to leave your house. But they need something else. Like I get it. Yeah. It's an inconvenience, but don't get me wrong. But it goes both ways. You know, at some point, realize people are doing things for us. You know, people though are just trained to. What are you going to do for me? What about me?
Star, that's the difference between MD and
Willpower.
Willpower was strictly units you have to use together, but MD you have loyalty, so you can't really ask for compensation for that. You can get loyalty back in 2 seconds. Actually, no, every 24 hours, and when you get war crystals, but still, you don't have to use units on that.
And that's a valid point. Willpower was breaking the game. MD just makes it boring. Yeah. And that's why I say it. I don't think there would be nearly the uproar. I think even the top tier people will say, "Ah, thank God," if they fix that.
Yes, they actually would. So the people asking for compensation can take their 2 stars and put it in the bank, because that's all they're getting. Hey, that's good for him too, Eternal. If he wants to change his defense to, as they say, go with the flow, as the cook could say. And what he's doing is fine by me.
Eternal Warrior says, if they change MD, just give back the amount of loyalty you used to buy the level you were up to. See, I don't even think you need that, bro, because the thing is you're still getting the benefit of Mystic Dispersion when you're using your champ. It's not like it only applies to your defensive champs. Fixing the dexterity thing does not make MD any less usable. I don't think there should be any compensation. I think just make it so it doesn't trigger on dexterity. Everybody wins. Nobody deserves crap. Yeah, you still took it up to level 5. You didn't do it just for that.
But most people did.
Well, then people are idiots.
I mean, that's why I took it up to that.
I took it up for offense. I took it up for offense.
Many other things I think I would rather use it on in offense.
Yeah, I don't
what
use
other masteries?
Chance to care about Mystic Dispersion.
I would use it on a detect before I would do that. I don't know. I would have to sit down and go look, but Mystic Dispersion isn't even on the board, I think, until you run into it for defense. I mean, to me, it's a defensive-minded mastery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's useful. Don't get me wrong; it's useful on offense. But the
thing is you're not seeing it on defense though. The defense is happening without you being around.
But you are, because you're seeing the kills. With that. You're seeing the kills from your champions that's using it. You don't get to physically see it, but you see the results. I mean, look at how many people go through and watch their kills on Alliance War Defense. I mean, every time our guys are posting in the chat, "Oh, look at my guy, he's got all these kills." Well, it's not.
Well, then. Yeah, then let people have their loyalty back. Then, if you really think it's that big a deal, I don't, and I don't think there'll be very many people at all complaining, because again, you really didn't have to do much for that loyalty. You're getting it every day just for clicking a little button. You're getting it every time you win a fight. Unlike willpower, which you had to purchase with units, which took either money or significant amounts of time and grinding. I don't think this requires any compensation. Just remove dexterity trigger, everybody wins, and I don't think anybody that matters raises a stink. You don't have to keep those mastery points there. You can get those mastery points back. So what are you out? You're out your loyalty. And what is that? That's a gift from them anyway.
Sure, but
as opposed to buying units.
Sure, but I might have used it on something else.
It's like,
well, too bad. It was a gift. That's like crapping on Santa because he didn't bring you, the Huffy you wanted. He gave you a Schwinn instead.
No.
It was still a free bicycle.
But it's different because
honestly,
I'm cashing them in.
it's
That's like saying
It's not different.
It
They
is.
don't have to give us loyalty. They can just get rid of loyalty anytime. They can just go, "Yep, loyalty's gone."
And that's
Boom.
but you're missing the difference. That's like saying out of nowhere that you can't spend something on what you want. I mean, they didn't say, okay, here's loyalty. You get to use it to only buy Mystic Dispersion. And on top of it, yeah, like Star said, she used 3,600 units. I used loyalty, but I could have used it on something else.
Yeah, I guess that's different. Yeah, because not everybody used loyalty. I guess that's a good point. I used 900 units now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with willpower. No one begged you to spend money. You could have grinded those units. Yes, it takes time, but you still could have grinded the units. So they did this. They did them
Well,
a favor.
time is money.
What's
They're
up?
the exact same
What's
thing.
up, Miggy?
Money
Yes.
is just time once removed.
But you still have your money intact, even though you're wasting time.
Yeah, but I could have used that time to make more money. They're the same thing. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I used 900 units now that I think about it, going after the last level of MD. But the thing is it applies to everybody across the board. You remove MDs, you remove the dexterity trigger. Everybody's being affected by it.
But
so
same thing with
I don't see
willpower.
issue.
Yeah,
but willpower was breaking the game. MD's not breaking the game. Willpower made it so you literally could not use certain champs in the game at all. You could not take Ant-Man into arena. Period.
And I get that, but again, that's my point is you can't say that it doesn't affect anything. If it's affecting the game that much that people are complaining about it, then it's a big issue. So I don't know. I guess it's one of those things to me. If it causes complaint, then obviously it's a big issue.
Yeah, well, I just don't think that Kabam needs to be punished every single time a mechanic doesn't work out the way they intended. I mean, they're the ones who create the system and the framework. They're the ones who didn't think far enough ahead to think what a difference having a trigger on dexterity would make. And I don't think that changing that will massively negatively affect anybody, because you'll either keep doing it and those champs won't be as effective, or I get what you're saying, because you're taking up a mystic champ you wouldn't have otherwise if MD wasn't so powerful. I get all that. I do.
Let me ask you this. Let me put it this way.
No, Drop Faith, they made him unusable. I've actually seen the video of somebody who got like 12,000 hit. Well, I didn't see the video. I saw somebody talking about the video of like leaving the game with Ant-Man on there, and 12,000 hits later, the fight's still going on because Ant-Man triggered willpower over and over and over again. So to me, that makes him unusable. Go ahead.
I guess my point was, and I'm trying to go back to where I was at on this. Oh my God. And now I'm drawing a blank. Oh, I know what you were saying. You make the argument that Kabam made a mistake and they shouldn't be punished. I don't disagree. I'm not saying we punish Kabam every time something doesn't work as intended. Star says MD is working as intended, and great. My point behind this is, as soon as they see it, I mean, it's not hard to see. I mean, you got a community of people. There's forums everywhere. And everybody is going crazy over this. You see it coming. Put the patch in there. Don't wait until we're at this point in the game where now every defense
I agree.
And not just that. Now look at the champions that they're running the calendar. They ran Mordo. They're running the Hood. They're running Dormammu. Do you not think that they're going cha-ching, cha-ching? You can't turn around and tell me.
Get this far? Yeah.
You can't tell me that's not. I don't want to say on purpose, but it's by design. You can't say that it doesn't affect anything, because if you believe that, Kabam's not stupid. They see that it affects the game. They see that it's a big deal, and they're using it to their advantage.
Yeah, they let us get this far down the road.
Correct.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So that's my point. You can't say that it's not that big of a deal because it's obvious. Kabam's using it to their advantage, so they know it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's got a lot of tendrils. I don't think I really 100% looked at all the, because there's the champions that you grinded for that you might not have. There's the champions that you ranked up that you might not have. That's why 12.0 was such a big deal with giving the rank down tickets, because there were champions now that were not nearly, Doctor Strange, Thor, Scarlet Witch, that were not nearly as good as when you did. And that's why I completely 100% supported that. And I think maybe just the point that I'm trying to make is that I don't see making that one little tweak on Mystic Dispersion equivocating to the massive changes made to 12.0 or even the massive changes made with Willpower and Perfect Block. I guess that's just my opinion. I don't see it being on the same level. I get your argument.
Yeah, I don't know that it's on the same level either, but I do think it is a big deal. Like Star said, she got Mystic Dispersion for a 455 magic, 550 magic, 550 Dormammu, and 550 Mordo defense. For her, tell her Mystic Dispersion doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I mean, we're not talking about eliminating Mystic Dispersion. We're talking about making one change and removing the dexterity trigger.
Yeah, that's right here. The last part says, if MD wasn't so intense, I wouldn't be grinding for Hood.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Super A says Mystic Dispersion is game breaking. You said that you couldn't use Amen in the arena or with Willpower, and he broke the game. Well, with Mystic Dispersion, you can't use Hyperion, a top-tier champion in Alliance War offense.
I mean, you can use
because he triggers so much.
Yep.
You can use them, just don't use those. Okay, no. Never mind.
Yeah, you can't use his heavies to get his Fury. I mean,
but every time you don't have to.
Every time his power gain. Every time it comes.
Every time his power gain triggers. Yeah. So, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but that's that's one champion. It wasn't just Ant-Man that the willpower thing was affecting. It was there were others too. Joe Fixit, any champs that War Machine, any champs that triggered like multiple bleeds, any champs that triggered multiple fatigues and things like that. And you're talking about one champ is unusable in Hyperion. Yeah, and there are some other champs that are less usable because they have multiple triggers. I just don't think it's the same. I don't see it as the same thing.
But here, I look at it this way. There's ways around Mystic Dispersion. You really want to get on it. It just requires you to be dedicated to it, and it's difficult. It's not meant to be easy. I think they did a good job creating something that's very difficult. Yes, it makes the game a lot harder, and it does. It makes a very set argument on who the top defenders are. Now, here's the neat thing, is at some point they'll come up with something new. Something different will come out. Something drastic will come out. And there will be ways to get around it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now, I can think, if I was going to go against it, there's champions you can use. Archangel's a great champion against Mystic Dispersion. He doesn't proc any buffs. Dexterity is going to get you hit, but outside of that, his Neurotoxin is going to take care of him. You can take a power gain champion or a power drainer with you.
I use Vision because he procs almost nothing, I think.
Yeah, Vision. Magic is another one. So there's ways around it, So, yeah, Dropface says, Wolverine, Crossbones, Scarlet Witch, X-23. One champ is unusable. Run Crossbones against a R455 Mordo with max HD.
Yeah. Crossbones is a death wish at that point.
Yeah, Star
very true.
Star says Wolverines can't enter Alliance War. True. There's a reason I take Iceman. Wolverines, you can't take a Wolverine to.
Because they're gonna proc MD way too much. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And that's why
it depends on the line, actually.
And Adam Marco, I agree. I take Iceman for this reason. Right now, I use Iceman, Archangel, and Black Widow pretty much.
Iceman sucks.
That's why he's God tier. Apart from his SP3, because it doesn't proc any buffs. I mean, his ice armor, not his SP3.
What about it?
He doesn't proc any buffs.
No.
And his reduction of SP3 damage. Is that why he's considered God tier?
I don't know if that's why he's considered God tier, but I think it definitely has a large factor in it. I mean, anytime a guy can soak an L3 over and over, it's normally a pretty good thing.
Yeah. Why can't Iron Man be like that? Freaking plastic armor. See, especially Mordo. Mordo, he's different. MD doesn't really. Okay, never mind, because his specials So his power gain expires once you hit him, and that's power. So.
And again, guys, I'm trying to read chat. I'm wanting to get my T4 basic heading in the right direction here. So give me a few.
Yeah, Bulldog, you're in charge. I'm trying to take down this Rhino, and he can't go unblockable once I read the chat.
Right. Last Spartan says, I won't say that I want 2K units like they gave for willpower, but I think something that compensates people like Stara and other people who have spent resources on defense. Yeah, I agree with that. Now that I've given it more thought, yes, I agree. Hasn't made it. I thought I was doing the chat. What was that?
No, I'm just adding to it. I said give them stamina refills.
Stamina refills. Yeah, I'd love some stamina refills, man. To be honest, that's for sure. I'd really like some 5-star boosts. That would be awesome. Right. I wish they'd make those more available. My name says, hasn't made it unplayable, maybe, but it definitely has made AW boring with 2 bosses, only Magic and Dormammu, plus 80% of Mystics as defenders. Yeah, I agree, and I think that's, and the thing is boring is not as bad as broken, but it could be eventually. It gets to the point where people are like, fudge, I just don't want to do war because it's just like Mordo and then Dormammu and then Magic and then Spider-Man and then Magic and then Dormammu. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like boring is bad for a game like this.
It is, but the problem is as we see it more and more, teams adjust. I mean, there's a reason why people were going after 5-star Iceman. He takes care of the Mordos. He takes care of a large chunk of those. So you found an answer for Mordo. How many times have we seen videos now of Magic getting one shot? Archangel's putting her down, no problem. I mean, really, he's the easiest one. There's a couple others out there off the top of my head. I'm drawing blanks, but I always use my Archangel. And you look at a lot of people, that's what they're using. Archangel puts Magic down. Magic against Magic is another good one. The one that is still difficult right now, I think, in my opinion, is Dormammu, because we just haven't seen enough and nobody's found one solid answer that takes care of him. Because you got to have other answers along the way, but I think you could make arguments. There's a couple champs out there that can handle Dormammu fairly well. One of the previous alliances I was in, the leader of the alliance, he took a Captain World War II 550, took off his dexterity for war, and took down Dormammu one shot.
Yeah, he's your best bet because I feel as if he gains more power from energy champs.
So, I mean, he gives off no buffs and it's right there. So,
yeah. Tony says, but that's the point of masteries and having limited points. It's our choice to use it or not. What makes MD suck is dexterity. It takes away the effective counter to it. I agree. That's why I'm saying that's the change that needs to be made. Adam Marco, they had 5-point boosts around Christmas. You could get them out of the boost crystals. I should have hung on to them longer than I did, but I didn't. Of course.
Always here.
What's that, Chin?
I said masteries weren't always here.
Yeah, but they are now.
They are now, so they're pretty much part of the game. If there was no dexterity, there would be champs that counter MD, is the point he's trying to make. Star says Gwenpool cuts down Magic. Yep, very true. Very enjoyable. Today, 250k Dormammu 5-star was boss. Yeah, that sucks. Especially with MD.
Well, but Anthony, he's saying if there was no dexterity, there would be champs that counter MD. Take dexterity off. You can take dexterity off going into a war. Oh, no. I've seen people use it. You can still dodge stuff. I can go dig up the old video, I believe.
You just can't dodge projectiles.
Correct.
You could still evade per se. You could still dodge back, but you cannot dodge projectiles. And unfortunately, Dormammu does a pretty nasty L2 projectile.
But that's why World War II.
Not that you're evading it anyway.
Well, World War II, he's got buffs on him, so you just hold the block. You've got good odds of surviving it. I mean, the video.
Great odds.
Yeah, the video of the alliance leader. He literally just took World War II, backed Dormammu into a corner, and just stood there, blocking and hitting. It was just hit, block, block, hit, block, block, and just absorbed. and then he would just bounce back. Miggy, I think you're good at Hood at 4.4. Bulldog, what is your opinion there?
Yeah, you're probably safe. I mean, my prediction is 4.5, but I'm also hedging. You know, like I'm allowing myself a couple 100,000 either direction. So 4.4 is probably safe in my opinion. You know, there's still a whole day left, so I would probably squeeze out a little bit more if I were you. But if you stopped, yeah, pretty sure you're gonna get him. That's my opinion on it.
I would think you're safe, Miggy.
Nah, keep going. Never feel safe in the arena.
Yeah, I agree with Chid on that. You know, it's just like if you've got the time and you know, what else are you gonna go do? Walk your dogs, spend time with your family? Come on, really? Put in a couple 100,000 more.
Maybe a million, who knows? Because these uncollected crystals don't wait for no one. And you need those battle chips. So those are people just grinding for battle chips.
Let's see.
Yeah, I should have been. I've barely touched the arena. I'm doing the T4, but I can't bring myself to do the others.
Yeah, and Stara says, I watched a 2-star, it ended up being a 3-star, Captain World War II beat a Dormammu 4 or 5-star on Trucos.
Yeah, that's Captain World War II. The reason he is still considered one of the best attackers.
Yep.
And Adam Marco replied, damn it, I need instructions.
Elemental Warrior, Dormammu doesn't have buffs on him unless it's the node. Pretty sure I think he's going to have some. And then on top of it, he's got a series of buffs. He's got his Dimensional Link, he's got his counter, all that. So I would think that those would trigger. And again, I couldn't tell you for sure. I didn't do it. But I did see it with my own 2 eyes. And if I can resurface the video, I'd be happy to.
This is my first basic in 6 months. I have 5 mil just so we can last or so. I'm about to do 8 mil just because tomorrow is the big day.
Oh, for the crystals?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to try to grind as much as I can tonight, but once again, I got to be up super early. But I will have the whole day tomorrow at home, so that's cool.
That's true.
If I can bring myself to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, they're going to be there from tomorrow on, so it's not like it's tomorrow only.
Yep.
Tony says, come on, take it off, really. That's not the point. The point is there needs to be a counter to a mechanic. Otherwise, that mechanic is an unfair advantage. They take away fair play with no counter. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what people are saying. It's boring because you have to, you know, like people in Stara's position and Jacob's position. It's like, hey, you know, we have to maintain our slot up here. We have to use it. I just think anything that forces you to do something is not good for the game. You know, when it's a very narrow field like that. I mean, obviously you're forced to use champs. You can't go through the game with your My Little Pony figures. But you know, it's just like when it bottlenecks like that, where it's like if we want to remain competitive, we have to have all Mystic defenses and MD level 5. Otherwise, we have no chance. And I just think that's bad for the game overall.
Well, I can get where you're saying that, but I again, there's ways to beat Dormammu, even with dexterity.
Ways to beat everybody.
So
that's not the point. Point is, it's boring.
It just means that a couple champions are the top. They're the best. And the thing is that will change. As new champions come in, it will all change. And it'll become exciting to see the new champions take down what was the old best.
We'll see. Didn't Carlos Mendez says, didn't someone mention Doc Ock being an MD counter?
Green Goblin.
He has to get to his SV3 first.
Well, yeah. I thought Green Goblin's supposed to be the big.
Green Goblin, he just needs to get any power bar, and he reduces your power gain. Then his SP1 is... If he has more Cunning than Madness, his SP1 tends to proc more power drain. See them, but yeah, Doc Ock has to get his SP3 first, from what I saw. And Ace Fusion still prefers his fast out solver. Why won't you?
And okay, Eternal, you could be right. I'd have to go look again. I just know that, like I said, that's what an individual used, a Captain World War II with no dexterity, and he destroyed Dormammu. Just straight destroyed him.
Can Mike say Green Goblin? Yes, he did, but whatchamacallit, Doc Ock has Power Lock.
Kabam Mike said Green Goblin, yet Kabam Mike was wrong.
Freaking nerd giving everyone all these cool pictures and look at ours. What do we have to show for it?
Yeah, the new logos for the guys that ordered them are so awesome. Guys, if you ordered a logo, get with me tomorrow or here in a little bit. I can be passing them out. I just got to make sure you paid already. But yeah, they are fantastic.
He has the full Iron Fist on there. Come on. I don't even have a full freaking Mary Poppins on mine. Like, what is this?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Very good.
For the record, Kabam Mike doesn't know his butthole from his kneecap, so I wouldn't stack much faith on what he says, Stara.
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny.
Well, got a pretty healthy little start here on my T4 Basic. Good little start on the Hood Arena. So.
Yeah, I'm at 768,023 fights. So I'm definitely going to crush my previous record. Yeah, 23. So, because my 5 stars are about to start defrosting here in about 30 seconds.
Anyway, you guys were at. I did my T4 hours ago.
What?
I did my T4 hours ago.
Yeah, well, good for you. What do you want, a cookie?
Ooh, that does sound
All that
good.
matters is that we finish.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, LOL, yeah, he told me to do Gold Realm because he said you never, when you need gold, I have 41 million.
Holy.
Oh, jeez. You know what's funny is I got up to like 8 million when the first Gold Realm came around Christmas. And I have not dropped below 6 million yet. You know, because, like, as you know, Star, when you get up where we are, it's like there just aren't that many champs to level up. Now that I got that deal with the alphas, and you know we got an alpha from item use, and plus what I already had, I can finally take a couple of 5 stars up, you know, to rank 2. But there's just nothing to spend it on. I'm having to sell like 100 ISO a day. It's really getting on my nerves. Cap W2 needs to be duped, and there will be timeout most likely. But yeah, he is one of the best counters. Dropface says he banned me from the old forums because he was in a thread, and every time he posted, I responded, "Hold on, let me check with the team." That's awesome. Toady says, "Yep, there needs to be a strategy and a widespread of different gameplay and scenarios, or it gets lame, boring, and repetitive." Exactly. The long-term success of this game depends on new and different challenges. Agree. Also agree you need to learn how to spell. Last Spartan says, petition to get Chid a cookie. Hashtag Chid's cookie. Adam Marco, chocolate chip cookies, please, Bulldog. Yeah, well, I'll see what I can do. Drop Faith, I donated 9 million gold to the treasury the last 2 months to cover people. Yeah, I've been doing, like, while I was saving up for MD and still trying to get my 4-star Punisher, I was basically just doing triple gold, and somebody else was covering the other 2. So I was what, it was 1, 2, 3... 420,000 gold a week I've been doing for the last few months, and it still hasn't touched my reserves. Give Chid some cookies laced with warheads. I think it'd be funnier to give him cookies laced with ecstasy. Can you imagine Chid tripping out of his mind? Oh my God, that's a stream I want to be part of.
Right now.
Oh, too funny.
Welcome into SlycemGaming. Chid is tripping balls tonight, and we're gonna see which champions he thinks are the most tasty. You know, which ones taste like velvet pancakes, Chid.
None.
You know, it's the ones that taste like velvet pancakes. What is he talking about? I don't know. It's the LSD. He's out of his mind.
Yeah, I do not. Unless I see it being made, I will not eat that cookie.
Yeah. Some people just aren't meant to trip. I understand. Leonardo Gabriel says they should make a DGen immune to be a good match against Dormammu. Yeah, I think that's not too far off in the future. You know, like Incinerate was the big thing. Remember they brought out like Crossbones, and you had a couple of champs that did Incinerate, but nobody had Incinerate immunity. And then now, look at that. We got somebody with Incinerate immunity, probably a few more on the way. I think the same thing will happen with DGen, and then they'll come out with, you know, like somebody who's got sadness makes your champion cry, and then there will be like champs that have immunity to sadness because they're always happy. You know, they have new ideas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chid's never gonna eat any food I give him. Like, hey Chid, I made you lasagna. Yeah, sure you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate cheese.
What's this gonna do? Make me grow boobs?
Oh, word.
Eternal Warrior 2. Voodoo is effective. I could teach you how to play him. So, okay, that's a personal message. Yeah. Let's see. Drop Faith, 1.2 million a week. Yeah, that would take down my reserves. Like I said, I mean, I did the Gold Realm a lot, but I didn't go insane. Once I got like 8 or 9 million, I just stopped. Now that I sold those few 4-stars, maybe I'll get them back, though, and be able to rank them up. Ghost Rider should be DGen immune. Yeah, he should be bleed immune and DGen immune, I think.
Yeah, there is no DGen immune champ.
Yeah, nobody has it yet, but it'll come. It'll come. I also kind of think he should be poison immune, considering he's a frickin' skeleton.
Pretty sure he is bleed immune, though.
You can.
He is bleed immune, yes.
Yeah, okay, because you said he should
my name says... I said he should be bleed immune and DGen immune.
Oh, I got you.
I didn't mean he wasn't bleed immune. It just came out weird.
I'm with you.
My name says, I think Kabam doesn't change the dexterity MD issue because they may be afraid it's the only thing ATM adding at the moment adding difficulty to AW. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, they might be waiting until they bring another new difficult boss option. If they did it now, I guess Spidey would be the only option. Yeah, I get I get that. So because like we want versatility. But versatility might not necessarily be a good thing, because if every champ that you could use as a boss is like easy to beat, then you just got runaway wars, and you know that's not fun either. You know, where everybody's like, oh well, we only won because you know one guy was late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get what you're into.
Real quick, as a Marco, check your line, and if you thought I was joking about the tape on my camera, I was not joking. There's tape right there. And you can
Adam Marco, I don't think DGen immunity would happen because they put it on nodes. So it's more of a game buff than only a champ-specific buff. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, they kind of... I mean, we have bleed nodes, and we have poison nodes in AQ. Yeah, we also have champs that do bleed and poison, so, you know. DGen immune are champs that regen. Chris R6 says, in a sense, yeah, except that there's nobody that regens at the rate that degens can happen, I don't think. I mean, like, you know, Voodoo regens at the beginning of the fight, but it's a limited amount and it doesn't go on the whole fight. That's where I think the difference is. And other champs trigger regen, but there's no champ that has straight up regen the entire fight. Under that logic, both GR and Dorm should both be Incinerate immune. I agree. They should be Incinerate immune. It makes no sense that a guy whose frickin' head is on fire is not immune to fire. That's just dumb. Yeah, what's with the fire champs that can incinerate? Exactly. Dorm, Ghost Rider, etc. Makes no sense. Agreed. Which they should be. Why isn't Ghost Rider poison immune or incinerate immune? Makes no sense. Exactly. And it's like
skeleton, And
hey, what's up, DMR News? The thing is we've had this discussion before where it's like you can't make everything match the comics because it's not just the comics, it's the MCU as well. Because then every champ would have regen because they all seem to get back up for the next issue. So obviously. What?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you said something. So obviously, that's not a conversation we're going to have because it's just silly. However, just like when you go to the movies and you have the willing suspension of disbelief, for the sake of the movie, let's not be ridiculous about it. If a guy's head is on fire, he should be immune to fire. That just makes sense to me. Or if a guy has no circulatory system and doesn't breathe, maybe he should be poison immune. Let's just keep the obvious ones. Anthony says they will lose more in the long run if everyone quits because of MD. Exactly. And trust me, people are already leaving due to MD, but MD is there at the moment for real. Yeah, I mean, I see both sides of it, and,
I don't know of many people leaving because of MD. Like, I can't see a single person saying...
I don't see people, not like 12.0 where people are like, screw this game, I'm out of here. They cost... Yeah, I mean, there might be people, though, that... Stop
unhappy,
playing and
take a break,
contributing. Yeah,
this is
like
going back.
Wasn't there.
This is going back to Ghost Rider. I mean, you could say that he's a skeleton, so blood is formed in the bones, and you can poison the bloodstream. You could say that's how he could get poisoned.
Well, he's a skeleton. Doesn't have a bloodstream though. The circulatory system is separate from the skeletal system. But then we're talking about an animated skeleton in a comic book, so let's not get too deep with it here. Okay, we're not solving the world's problems. It's just a comic. But I get what you're saying. Well, it's kind of like the argument with Groot. Like, he's a living tree. Why can he get poisoned? And that goes back to the difference between poisonous and venomous.
Why is there a question about that? Why a tree can be poisoned?
Because he doesn't bleed and he doesn't breathe. He's a tree.
So you can poison a tree. You can poison him.
Well, and again, as I was just about to say, that goes back to the difference between poisonous and venomous. Poison is ingested. Venom. Wait, no, is it the other way? One of them has to be okay. Poisonous is when you talk about snakes. Poison is touch. Venom is injected. So he would be venom immune because he has no circulatory system and no blood to pump. But he could be poisoned because poison can be on the surface just from touch. There's an old joke about some Boy Scouts. They're on a camping trip and they see a snake and they ask the Boy Scout leader, "Hey, is that snake poisonous?" And he says no. And so they pick it up and it bites one of them and he dies. And they said, "I thought you said he wasn't poisonous." He's not poisonous. He's venomous. There's a difference.
That would suck.
It was just a joke. Bulldog, Red Suit, Deadpool regens the whole fight. God damn it, Tony! Stop proving me wrong. I hate that.
Well, actually, about 3 other people said that ahead of time.
Yeah, I saw that too, but I just his was right there as I finished my thing about poison and venomous. Yeah, okay, so there is one champ. Very, very hard to get champ that very few people have, but yeah, Also, Groot should be more vulnerable to incinerate. If we're going to talk about the ones that are just logic, again, not getting into comic book logic in that. Number 1, Ghost Rider and Dormammu, who are both on fire, should be incinerate immune. Number 2, Groot, who is made of wood, should be like double vulnerable to incinerate.
What?
Yeah, because he's freaking wood. He should take double damage from incinerate. So whatever incinerate damage like Crossbones does, Groot should have to take double that because he's made of wood. Drawface says, "I'm either a shitty person or that was a good joke, Bulldog." Talking about the poison, venom one. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, that's funny. I was chatting with somebody from one of the line groups the other day, and he wanted to become a herpetologist. And I was like, that's good because there's a real lack of antivenin right now. It's not profitable to make, and there's a lack of people willing to go out and collect snake venom, and he corrected me saying anti-venom, and I said, actually, no, it's not. It's called anti-venin, venin. A lot of people make that mistake, and it just was this funny little conversation. So, yeah, wood burns. I agree. Thank you, Tony. At least we agree on that one. Wood burns. Let's see who else. What other immunities or something just logically makes no sense in this game?
Yeah, like Hulk now having bleed resistance when in the movies those things don't even stay open for 5 seconds.
Yeah, but in the comics, Hulk can be made to bleed. We see it all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
his wounds close as fast as Old Man Logan.
Right, but then again, remember what I said. We're not going to get into the whole like regen because then everybody would have it. You know, Hulk is capable of being bled. He is capable of being poisoned, and yet he's poison immune. But in the comics, I'm sure he's been poisoned at some point.
DMR News has a good point. He says Groot is a living tree. He would actually be more resistant to fire than a human.
That's true, because you would have to be a dead tree, a walking dead tree, to be kindling. So that's a very, very good point. Yeah, because if you've ever tried to set a tree on fire, it's very difficult to do while it's still connected to the ground.
Very difficult. Might be
no other pyromaniacs out there. Yeah, Electro, Thor, and Storm not being shock resistant. Like, what?
No, that makes sense.
Electro literally, like...
Storm, I can see. Storm
should not be shock resistant.
No, she has no control
has the ability
over
to
electricity.
Generate electricity, correct.
She's a human.
Yeah, she's a human, exactly. Well, she's a mutant, but yeah, but Electro generates electricity from within himself, so he absolutely should be immune to shock.
Yes. That one,
yeah, Adam Marco, that would make more sense. Hulk having like a shortened bleed, like who is it that's got the poison shortener that I was just reading about? Yeah, Psylocke and her giant katana that has no ability to cut people. That's a pretty funny one. Black Panther's suit is bulletproof, says Mario. Zach Pratt, doesn't Batman poison Hulk? Yeah, I think in the you're talking about the amalgam lead up back in the 90s. Maybe no, actually they didn't fight, I don't think. I thought Batman fought Wolverine.
No,
Did
Batman fought Hulk, or got into a fight with Hulk one time.
They merged him with Wolverine for Legend of the Dark Claw. But you're right, he fought Hulk. Yeah,
because he threw a poisonous gas and then knocked him out. He kicked him in the stomach.
Brussel says robots immune to incinerate.
Depends on how hot that incinerate is.
Yeah. Like if you're talking like lava fire, or you're talking like because metal can be melted and catch on fire. So if it's like a really, really hot flame, then no. Rhino reminds me of that one scene from Ace Ventura when nature calls. I getcha. Yeah, Last Spartan says, I think the God of Thunder should be shock immune.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah, probably, considering he's funneling it through himself into his hammer and out. Unless it just goes straight through the hammer and doesn't touch him. I don't know. Yeah, swords with no bleeds get me. Exactly. Electro should be shock resistant. Yeah, that's a good point, Willow. Willow, because he generates electricity, but he's not like made of electricity where it would just like bounce off of him. So,
I mean, it depends on like is that an actual sword from Psylocke, or is it like a spirit blade or something? There's her and what's her name, Angela. If those are actual blades, then they need to cause bleed.
Yeah, Angela and Psylocke definitely. I don't agree with that. My name, Dormammu, being made of energy, should be able to absorb energy. If you're sitting down and I rest a steak on your forearm, you're not going to absorb it. You're both made of meat, and just because you're made of meat and it's meat does not mean you have the ability to absorb said meat. So I don't agree with that one.
Yeah, but then again, that's the MCU Dormammu. So if they went with the other one, then that's a possibility.
Yeah, because the comics Dormammu was a corporeal being with a flaming head, but he wasn't made of energy. And even if he was, my thing still stands. Nerdliest Crew says, Chid, scratch his neck. You got any more of them team revives?
Boy.
What are you willing to do for it, Nerdliest?
Yes. Are you willing to
DMR
put? I was gonna say, are you willing to put a full Mary Poppins on that picture?
Put a full Mary Poppins on there and spell and spell my name right on mine. Electro can be overloaded, but CWBP don't bleed with his claws on combos. Yeah. Master Mode 3.1 at Punisher, he's at 20% health. That's for you. Iceman weak to fire. Yeah, I kind of agree with that one too. Nerd, how many? Okay, that's personal. How does King Groot spit poison but is not poison immune? Again, those snakes can inject venom, yet they can also be killed by venom. So not quite the same thing. Magneto should have an advantage on robots. He does, Mario.
Yeah.
But anybody he can magnetize, he has a chance of avoiding their
ability
specials.
Yeah, but that's what confuses me, because his helmet is metal. He can magnetize his helmet, and he doesn't magnetize Marvel, not Magneto. Also, Star-Lord has this slick metal on his arm, and his gun is metal too. Why can't he be magnetized?
And boot jets. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but then then you're getting into it's like, well, every one of them has iron in their blood, like in the second movie. You know what I mean? Like, then you're starting to split hairs. You're trying to. It's like we don't want to use a microscope. We just want to look at this through maybe a 2 times magnifying lens. Right now, they're just eyeballing it. We want them to put a little more effort into it, but we don't want to dig all the way down. Hulk should have immunity to poison due to increased metabolism. Think Honey Badger. And if you haven't seen the YouTube videos of the Honey Badger eating the Cobra, you should watch them soon. Okay? I don't think I'll be able to one-shot. That's Magneto needs a buff. Agreed. Not necessarily a buff. I just need to rework his animations and stuff.
If anything, Venom should have bleed timer reduction. Because it seems
I think we need to see more of that. That's what I would like to see, because immunity is super powerful, but I think there just needs to be more I think it was Beast that I was thinking about that had the poison reduction, he could reduce the amount of poison time. I'll have to look it up. So not necessarily too many immunities, but let's tweak it a little bit so that the timers don't run as long. It's kind of like you got the masteries for reduction in bleed and things like that. Let's get a little more of that on champ specific. My name says LOL Bulldog. Okay, the meat absorbing meat is not the best comparison. How about if you were made of water and water is dropped over you? Yeah. I mean, but if you're made of water, you have to have some sort of corporeal edges to it. And if they're porous enough to allow the water in, that means they're porous enough to allow the water out. So my analogy still stands in that unless you're the ocean, in which case you're not really punching anybody. You still have to have, if you think about it like osmosis, with a membrane, that something passes between them. It doesn't let everything pass between it. Otherwise, you have no border. So there has to be some restriction on it. And energy is not all created equal. An electric bolt is different than a radio wave. Both are a form of energy. Then there's the whole idea of waves and peaks and valleys, etc. Too much for this chat. Beast is bleed reduction, not poison. Thank you, Tony. I knew it was one of those things. Old Man Logan, Karnak
resistance.
Poison. Thank you. Yes, Karnak is the reduced poison. So we're calling it resistances. So better resistances. Leonardo says, I am reduced poison from my mother-in-law. I don't get that. Or you're just more used to poison because your mother-in-law spits a lot of venom at you. Why does Rogue have bleed timer reduction, but Wolvie doesn't? Yeah. Wolvie has regen, which is better than a bleed timer reduction, essentially. I would make the argument. Chronic is reduced 65%. Yep.
You can make the same argument that why doesn't Miss Marvel fly and Rogue does, and she took her power.
You mean the hovering?
Yeah.
Yeah. and that's just an aesthetics thing. I mean, nobody really flies per se because it's a fighting game. Why is Iceman not immune to cold snap? Yeah, exactly. Chid, Magneto can only manipulate metals from our Earth, so Star-Lord doesn't count. I don't think that's true. Magneto's power revolves not actually around the metal, it's around his control of magnetism. And actually, there would be metals from here on Earth that he could not affect because they are non-magnetic, which is a concept I'm surprised they haven't explored in greater detail in the comics. They're, like aluminum. If you hold a magnet up to an aluminum can, nothing happens. But then, he flies by essentially harnessing those magnetic waves. That's why he's considered an Omega level mutant, is because there's very little he can't do. Utilize, the entire Earth is surrounded by a magnetosphere, and he has access to all of that power. Cable has reduced poison and can come full immune, but that ability is irrelevant. Yeah, the more he gets poisoned, the less it affects.
Once the timer runs. Like, really? You want me to wait till the timer runs to become poison again? That's just dumb.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's like an aesthetics thing with the champs that hover versus the champs that don't. That's, for me, that's just appearances, because there's a lot of champs on here that don't hover that have the ability to fly. So it's just like that's not really it doesn't really affect the game. So that's why I don't have an issue with that.
And yes, he can, Mario.
What?
I was saying yes, he can, Mario.
Okay, you're talking Mario. Yeah. I don't understand why Gamora is affected by magnetized Magneto. The sword, I guess. I don't know.
The suit.
Yep.
Or suit. Okay. Yeah. Can Magneto wield Thor's hammer? No, he cannot. Bulldog, if you don't believe me, ask Frojo. I have no idea what that's in reference to. Magneto metals from our Earth, so Star-Lord doesn't count. Are you talking about that comment? Because I'm making the point that it's not just metals not from Earth that he can't. There are metals from Earth that he can't affect because they're non-magnetic. Bulldog just mentioned. Wow.
Ooh. Yeah. If you look in our line group, A Willow posted a deal for you about the immunities. Sorry.
Okay.
Better go claim some of these rewards.
Yeah, Adam, I think they definitely didn't think it out when they made him in that respect. He does behave a lot really like Gravitron, and gravity and to be perfectly honest, if I understand my physics correctly, we don't even really know what gravity is. I mean, I think the prevailing theory, like the whole thing with Einstein and the flat universe and the heavy objects, kind of like if you have a sheet and you put a bowling ball on it, that gravity is the force of space-time bending. So utilizing gravity as a weapon is a little difficult even within the Marvel universe. I had this really great book once. It was called Science of the X-Men, and it had a bunch of the X-Men champs and went into their abilities and how scientifically they would actually work. I really wish I'd lent it to somebody and never got it back. Would have been great to still have.
Tech refuses to come to me. By the way, Doja's amazing. Who here wants Dr. Doom in the game? I think a lot of us. I think a lot of us do. So I think a lot of people would like to see Dr. Doom come to the game. So DMR News says SlycemGaming Magneto did use Thor's hammer on him in the comics. That's what Chid said.
Yeah,
Chid said he could use
it. That was fan made, I do believe.
Yeah, and I opened my lovely Mat 5 crystals, and yet no tech. No tech.
Oh, jeez.
I got mutant, mystic, cosmic, basic, science. No tech. Still no tech. No tech, no tech fragments. No nothing to do with tech. You gotta be kidding me.
Apparently, Awesome Andy has lifted Millionaire.
It's unbelievable.
Do we even know that Thor's hammer is metal? It could be like a super dense rock. I know it's made of uru, like it's the uru hammer, but I don't know if they've ever gone into what uru is. Out of curiosity, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, exactly. All items can be affected by, you can manipulate the air around it even, really. Again, we're talking about, are you going to look through a magnifying lens or an electron microscope? Nebula is almost completely cybernetic, but you may want to check her bio in the comics. Yeah, that's right. And they even went into it in the movie, too, about how every time she failed, Thanos would replace another part of her with metal.
Oh, yeah.
Also, it was real Magneto lifted Mjolnir in the Ultimates 3.
Okay. I'll look at. So, Adam says he'll trade you tech for mutant, which is so funny, Adam, because I had 9 mutants at one point. Now I only have 6, but yeah, I really wish you could trade T4s, that's for certain.
I would,
And
except
also,
all my mutants are used up because of X-23, so.
and also, Superman and Red Hulk have lifted Mjolnir.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a number of people, actually, that have lifted Mjolnir, because it's whoever, is worthy.
Yep.
Gravity is just the attraction of 2 or more objects, the strength of which is proportional to the object's mass. Even people have their own gravity, but compared to the attraction and mass of the Earth, it isn't noticeable. Yeah, exactly. Uru is from a star that's supernovaed. Right. Is it a metal, though? I mean, do we know that for sure? I mean, because it could be like a really hard stone, is what I'm saying. Especially when you look at Hela destroying it in the promo, for the new movie. It makes me wonder. I have 10 tech on hand. Name a class. I'd trade you. Yeah, that happens to all of us at some point. Here's another one. I think Kabam should add Venom. Needs to nullify Spidey's evade. He has the ability in the comics. Agreed. And I've actually heard that discussed on other shows. Ace Fusion, 9th mutant. I just pulled my 14th 4-star mutant champ today. I have 0 5-star mutants. That's what was pissing me off about the whole Iceman thing. It's like any of, there was Archangel, Iceman, X-23, Rogue. I would have been happy with any of them. They won't even give me one. And I already had Nightcrawler and Wolverine 550'd, 4-star. Now I have X-23 as well. And I still have 6 of them left. I have nothing to use them on. I'm not going to use it on, Gambit. If I dupe my Rogue, maybe, but I don't need any more 550s. I've got 16. That's plenty.
And Marco, you have to lift it to throw it, though.
Hey, what's up, Axel?
Okay,
Mickey's
so
saying it's a Asgardian metal.
Yeah, so it is metal. Okay, I'm in the middle of something, so I wasn't going to go look it up. That's why I was hoping somebody in the chat knew.
Yeah, in the last part.
Yeah, I know the dwarves forged it, and I remember in the what was it? Where Thor: The Dark World. Yeah, where they end up in different areas. Yeah, right. And then Iron Man ends up down in the, or was that the cartoon? I think that must have been the cartoon. Yeah, it was in the cartoon. Yeah. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that's what it was. Yep. Yeah, and Iron Man ended up there and his armor was damaged, and so the dwarves helped him forge Uru armor.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. That was a good cartoon. I really dug it. I need to go watch the 90s X-Men because I never really watched any of it.
So good.
I know it's awesome.
So good.
Yeah, as far back as I'm going is X-Men Evolution. I'm not going further than that.
You won't go back to the original cartoon?
The original X-Men cartoon was amazing.
I liked it.
Evolution looks terrible to me.
Oh.
Some episodes make you think.
All right.
Well,
yeah. My iPad is about to die. We're approaching, it is 1:45 now, so we're going to probably run for another 10 minutes. Gee. Yeah. Well,
2 hours,
Yeah, so we're going
to... I should probably cut out. Oh, man, my wife's going to be pissed. I did not realize it was that late. Well, it's been great, everybody, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
See ya. Take care, Bulldog.
No, drop faith. That doesn't make me feel better. Thank you. All right, see ya.
Hey, take care, bud. All right, guys. So, again, we're going to run for a little bit longer, not much left here. And then we're going to get up out of here as well. I do want to say thank you again for all you guys coming in. Nick says, I'm back. Sorry I couldn't find my bed or my pants. I do want to say thanks for coming in, hanging out, supporting the channel, and hanging out with us again. To those that donated today and tonight, we appreciate it. King and Last Spartan. King, today's top supporter. Last Spartan helping out as well. Again, guys, we greatly appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Anything we can do for you guys, let us know. And again, help give us ideas. If there's something you want to see, let us know. We'll be happy to try and incorporate it in the stream. If you have questions, thoughts, something you'd like us to add, to build on, we are all about it. So at this point, we're just kind of continuing to build. So again, thanks. We're going to run a little bit more content, answer a couple last questions, and get up out of here for the night. I hope everybody has a good one. And again, give us the last couple of questions. I'm going to run for about another. We got about what? Another 7? No.
2 hours.
I'm not going another 2. You can take over.
Once we figure out this Elgato thing.
Nick says, I got school in 4 hours. I got work. The good news is I'm leaving early tomorrow, so I should be streaming. Like I said earlier, the plan is, guys, I'll be looking to stream early tomorrow. So should be on early. Gonna have some new content coming up along with a couple other things. So I'm looking forward to it. So Adam Marco says it's where it gets its enhanced abilities. Interesting.
And I'll be looking to starting a stream once I can get stand cable. Because apparently that's what I need.
Yeah, Ace Fusion says on Blue Team Cyclops is another. See, I knew there were more. It just took me a minute. Ace, what are you talking about?
The challenge.
Oh, he's talking about, yeah, not having mutants.
Blue Team is my son. I love that guy.
So, all right, we're going to try to grab a couple more points here in the arena and jump out of here and have a good one. So, Eternal Warrior is saying, geez, I'm such a noob. I think that's in response to Adam Marco talking about Gamora having the enhanced cybernetics inside of her.
Well, Eternal admitting it is the first step.
You got to admit the problem before you can fix the problem.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, Ace Fusion is going to be opening 60 of these new arena crystals when they are available tomorrow.
I have no idea. Wait, let me see.
Good luck, man. 60 is a large chunk. Hopefully it pays out for you.
I will be open. What?
Rustic says, when is Chid going to be added to the game?
When Kabam actually gets my stats right. I'll be opening... Wait, this is not wrong. Wait, this is... Damn it. Give me a sec. 200,000.
Alright.
It's 10,000 per crystal, right?
Yep. 10k per.
Yes, I'll be opening... Really?
Marcus says, Chid, stream next.
Hey, if Slycem will help me get that cable, sure.
I gotta figure out. I've never used... Frojo's the guy you need to ask. He's the Elgato guy.
He said it was 50 bucks or something.
I do all mine free. I just use a couple programs.
You don't have an Elgato.
Yeah. What's up, Jordy? Jordy12, welcome, welcome. And again, if anybody is new here to the channel, go ahead. If hit that subscribe button. You're catching us on the way out the door tonight, but we will be back again tomorrow. I don't think we've missed now going on 2 or 3 months. So
we're so close to 940. You one person, keep it even.
What is it?
Say we're so close to 940.
Oh yeah. We need another subscriber, Chid says. We're almost at 940. Guys, do us a favor. Send as many people our way as you can. We are getting close to that 1,000 marker, so. And again, don't forget, if you are looking for one of our logos, feel free to reach out to us. You can add us on the Line app. I'll tell you what information we need, so. Marcus says, stream another 5 hours, Slycem. Unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow. if not, I would. Tomorrow night I might do some stupid long stream. We'll see. I'll see if I can come up with some sort of game for tomorrow, maybe some giveaway or something, or not necessarily giveaway, but some sort of goofy thing that we can do or something. I don't know. I hate giveaways because I feel like I don't want to bribe people to come in here. If people want to come in and hang out, great. But we'll think of something. Maybe some sort of game that we can play, or if I can get Frojo to dual stream, we can have a race or something. Maybe not a race, but a dual arena grind. I'll see what I can come up with. Any ideas are welcome. Shoot me a message on Twitter. Shoot me a message online. Any ideas, again, are always welcome. And again, I do want to say thank you to all the supporters that we have. It's been great. Jordy says he just subbed. Hey, Jordy, we appreciate it, man.
Jordy High Roller. Yep, he's 940.
Ooh, look at him. Number 40 in there, 940. All right, we got 60 to go, guys. 60 subscribers to go. We hit that 1K marker. Super excited about it. So, again, thanks, everybody, for coming out. Again, thank you for those of you that helped support the stream tonight with The Last Spartan and King Kush. Greatly appreciate the donations and everybody that has helped out and helped with the stream. We do greatly appreciate it. So, best of luck in your crystal pools this week. I hope it works out really well. Chid, is there anything you want to say before we get ready to head out of here, man?
No.
Nothing?
Tonight.
Nothing?
Yeah, no words of wisdom tonight.
Okay. Guys, don't forget, get your grinds in. T4 basics going. Hoods going. Get in there and have some fun. Jordy, we hope you get to make it back in time next time. Sorry we're heading out as you're coming in, man. Normally I would stay, but trying to be responsible to a degree and get to bed at somewhat early. Again, tomorrow I'll be on early. I'll be hanging around, so come on in, check us out, hang out with us, and we'll try to have some super long streams tomorrow. I have some chance for you guys to get in and have some fun. So, again, I appreciate everything, guys, and you guys are the best. So, everybody, take care. We will be catching you all tomorrow. Till then,
have a good night.
Have a good night.